Hello, everybody out there in the space between the voids. How is everybody doing tonight? I hope that you are here for a tale of mystery and suspense, brotherhood, humanity, and anything else that might happen. Who knows? It's turtle time, baby! Well... You pew-pewed, but you were muted, so nobody heard it.
No, it's like a little echo in the background.
A slight echo. It was great. Yeah, you got to turn yourself up for that one.
Welcome, everybody, to Ghostlight RPGs. You are here for Turtles, the Dark Divide. I couldn't get the echo thing to work, but I can do it manually, and that's what we're going to be doing. My name is Ryan, he, him, and I'm going to be your dungeon master for the game today. I'm going to I'll introduce the players here in just a second, but if you have not already, make sure that you follow Ghostlight RPGs right here on Twitch. Go to Twitter as well. Find Ghostlight RPGs, follow them on Twitter over there. There's probably an Instagram, there's probably a Facebook, there's probably all that stuff. I also want to let you know that there's a Patreon that you can subscribe to support the channel. You can also subscribe here on Twitch to support the channel. Ghostlight RPGs, keeping the light on, keeping that light glowing for theater professionals, performers, D&D, TTRPG players to make some dope-ass content for you. And yes, there's going to be some fucking cussing tonight. It might be Turtles, but guess what? It's not Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Laird and Eastman project. This is a blatant ripoff. Copyright, don't come for us. It's TMNT, but it's Turtles. Just Turtles. Just the first part. Wait, Teenage Mutant, the last part. The last part of the name. The last T, not the first T. It's a wholly original story that has nothing to do with any canon or anything like that. And also, I think exclamation point tips in the chat will give you a link to a Ko-fi or Ko-fi. I don't know how you pronounce it. But Ko-fi or Ko-fi tips, and those will go directly to our performers to help out the performers financially, to give them money for the time and talent that they are giving you tonight. And if you're watching this at a later time, welcome here. How come you weren't here when we were doing it? Were you too busy? Were you too busy? I get it. Okay, cool. Well, next time show up, all right? And I'm kidding. Everybody matters. All right, so I'm gonna give a few content warnings. If I were to rate this as a video game, I'd say it's T, except for we will say things like fucking shit or other things. But there's not gonna be anything too crazy. Think a bunch of adults who love the Ninja Turtles cartoon shows and stuff who are now doing that live on Twitch on a streaming platform on the internet. So there's it's all made up and improvised, except for some of the things that I made up beforehand. So we might be getting into some like adult themes or jokes or whatever, but there's not going to be any sort of terribleness or crazy stuff as far as the content goes. There will be some violence. There will be a little bit of gore in depictions of characters and settings, but there will that's about it. Maybe some rude language and drug use, because all the turtles do drugs now. I'm just kidding. They don't. Unless you count the ooze as a drug, which you might. And finally, I want to throw it over to our team of players today to introduce everybody. So I'm going to start over there to Raphael, the person playing Raphael. Will you introduce yourself, Kelsea?
Yes, I'm Kelsea. And yep.
Please, yes. Introduce yourself. Say the character that you're playing, and then your preferred pronoun.
You already said all of it. I'm Kelsea. She, they. I'm playing Raph. He, him, and I am ready to kick some shell.
Yeah. And let's pass it down to Michelangelo.
What up? I'm Dan. My pronouns are they, them. I'm playing Michelangelo, also known as a Mikey. And because Kelsea has decided to not give a little bio, I won't either.
It's going to be a mystery. Let's throw it over to Casey Jones.
Hey, everyone. We'll save the bios for tomorrow night. How about that?
Ooh, you got to come back.
You got to come back, baby, if you want to know more about us.
See who you think we are tonight, and then see if it's true tomorrow.
Yeah. Hi, my name is Justin Barron. I am, my pronouns are he, him. I'm playing I think I'm gonna go with this voice. Casey Jones. Oh, and Casey Jones is the only non-turtle in the group, so there's that. That's it.
Cool. Casey Jones. Let's throw it over to Donatello.
Hey, I am Juice. No pronouns, just Juice, please. And I'll be playing Donatello tonight.
All right, and then we'll throw it up to Leonardo.
Hey, I'm Jake. Pronouns are he, him. I'll be playing Leo, also he, him. And I'm just excited to get a piece of the action. Cowabunga!
That is what I love to hear. So the Turtles have been introduced. A little bit of a spoiler because the Turtles are here. So these are the people who are playing the Turtles. You've been spoiled. That's not how spoilers work, Ryan. Okay, all right, we'll get it together. All right, are y'all ready for Turtles: The Dark Divide? I'm stalling to pull up my notes, and change the music.
Wow. Let's see if I can do my BBs again.
Okay. We find our heroes in a half-shell in their home deep below the streets of New York City. They are the protectors of this land. Though they have to stay hidden, they feel like they are part of the heartbeat that makes New York, New York. The four brothers, Leonardo, Donatello, Raphael, and Michelangelo, have been protecting New York for the better part of 5 years, along friends like Casey Jones, April O'Neil, and their master, father figure, Splinter. They faced alien invasions, scientific abominations, and, of course, defeated many pizzas. But tonight, things are peaceful. What are y'all doing?
If we haven't ordered pizza yet, we have to order pizza. Like that, off the bat, first thing. Pizza. You want a pizza?
Yeah, make sure you get anchovies this time, bro.
Absolutely not. Pizza?
Yeah, I'll take
Raphael
some.
is glowering in the corner.
And I think this is just very much like every night they do this back and forth, and there does come a pizza that has anchovies. But definitely, this sneaky box is for you.
Yes, and you, just to fill in a little bit of the space, since I did a poor job of doing that, you are in the Turtles Lair. So we're going, just, for basic kind of sense, if you saw the live-action movies in the 90s, that's kind of what the Lair is in. It's a little bit between that and then the, early 2000s animated show. So there's a lot of crazy tech. Donatello kind of has a corner area where all of his gadgets are there. There's a bunch of screens and processing units and chips and random parts and things that have been torn apart, like parts of the Technodrome and stuff like that. And there's Raphael has a fighting area where there's a
fighting dummy.
Yeah, fighting dummies.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of different holes in the wall, probably. And then Michelangelo has their area where it's probably, like a recliner, maybe some skateboards, stuff that Michelangelo does, maybe some Xbox, PlayStation games, because it is modern day. It's 2022, but in that universe, we're gonna throw it forward. And then Leonardo probably has his area where he's probably got a bunch of books on leadership, maybe a computer that's just constantly playing TED Talks.
How to win friends and influence people,
yeah, and all the things to polish his weapons and everything like that. And then in kind of the back of the place, there's Splinter's kind of secondary thing. It's kind of disconnected from the boys' main place, so it's kind of his home outside of there. And the four turtles are in the room. Casey Jones, you're not there quite yet. So you all have ordered pizza. Are you doing anything just to kind of add some flavor? Are you all doing anything right now? Either with each other or by... Oh, man, Juice has pizza. I didn't even realize. That's awesome.
Nailed it, Juice.
Nailed it.
Jealous.
I definitely think Leo is in his little zen nook, just meditating. And I think he's taking in all the sound. Pizza, ordered it yet? Anchovies, and just letting it all go out. Pizza, ordered it yet? Anchovies. And he's just trying to focus, just focusing in his little nook.
Nice.
Yeah, Raph is doing calisthenics and he's chanting "Food is fuel, food is fuel, food is fuel" while he's doing it, and he's like just like bulking and bulking, because he's going to be getting his protein in a minute.
Donatello is over in the alcove with all of the mechanisms and devices and processing units and whatnot, kind of just really focused on what they're working. Just kind of said, like, I'll take some to the pizza, just with their tongue sticking out, just barely, really focused, working on a few things. One is that you all would have probably seen is a little drone figure that I've been working on to kind of help me, I guess, reach places that I wouldn't normally be able to. But right now, what I'm focused on is all of our shell cells. So I'm working on upgrading all of our shell cells. So I have those 5 shell cell phones that I've been working on, connecting all of them to each other and to all the machines that I'm working with here. So I'm really focused on that at the moment.
Hey, Donnie!
Yeah?
Can you make sure that this one's like a little easier to use?
No?
Shit!
You know me, but I promise, anything that you need, it's gonna be right there. Trust me.
Okay, man.
I have a little something special in there for everybody, so that if it comes ever a time that you need some help or need to do something special, I got your back.
Like speed dial to the pizzeria?
Speed dial to the pizzeria. Making sure I got the speed dial to the pizzeria on there.
Nice.
Awesome.
Justin, roll. Do you? So Casey is about to enter. Do you want Casey to just kind of enter, just like come in, or do you think Casey might? Something Casey does sometimes is tries to sneak in on the turtles. Do you think Casey would try to sneak in?
Yeah, why not? Yes.
Okay, great.
Absolutely.
Roll me a stealth check.
Let's do it. Okay, here we go. Horrible. That's a 5 + 9, 14.
Okay, perfect. That's actually not too bad.
Where's like remembers rogue.
So you try to sneak in, and I'll say that you come in and you're quiet enough to where you alert all of the turtles except for Michelangelo, just because Mikey's probably a little too, ordering the pizza, maybe talking to the delivery person.
I'm just vibing on the couch.
Yeah, just vibing and chilling out. And so you're able, like all the other turtles, you notice that Casey Jones has come in from the entrance, and Mikey's the only person who doesn't notice. What do you do?
Can I make eye contact with Mikey if he's looking over here?
Yeah.
If Mikey looks over towards me, I'm trying to go, and I'm gonna kind of like sneak over.
Wait, Mikey is the only one who doesn't notice you.
Oh, everybody else noticed
everybody
me?
else noticed you except for Mikey.
Oh, my bad. Okay, well in that case, I will look to everybody else and just go, and then I'll sneak up over by Mikey, and I can't pants you because you're not wearing pants, so I'm trying to think of what other
Wet Willy?
locker room shenanigans Casey Jones would be into.
A wet willy sounds
Wet Willy
absolutely
would be-
horrible.
yeah.
Wet Willy, I like it. Let's go with a Wet Willy. So just like, and then just kind of like,
Right in that turtle ear.
Turtle
Yeah,
ear.
just that
Turtle
hole
ear.
on the side of the head.
oh,
It's wet! Oh, no, it's wet! Stop it, stop! Oh,
that was
good.
gnarly.
That was good, man.
I was really hoping to get you, Raph, but I guess I'm not.
Yeah, you're never gonna get me, bro. You're never
one
gonna
day.
get me.
I'll get you one day, dude.
That's how you get your pizza privileges revoked.
Oh, you guys are getting pizza?
Yeah, there's not gonna be any for you.
Oh, come on. You know what? That's fine. I'm trying to do like a heavy protein thing anyway. Just trying to bulk up a little bit. Have you guys seen
I
April
think-
around, by the way?
I think Leo hops up and he just says, Casey, of course you can have some pizza. Guys, Casey's a guest in our home. We offer him what we have.
He's never gonna get abs like these with that kind of behavior.
I mean, we don't have any pizza right now, so...
It's cool. It's cool. Hey, thanks so much for Thanks, Leo. You're really looking out for me.
Always try.
Boring.
4, 5. I only have 4 shell cells.
What? What's a shell
Donnie,
cell?
what's going on with the cellular phones?
Just making sure that there's a little something for everybody.
Oh, are you including me in this? I like that.
He doesn't even got a shell, Donnie.
Do you have one of your own? Maybe
A
not a shell
shell?
cell.
I don't have a shell.
A cell.
A cell? Oh, like a cell phone.
That too.
No, I don't got one.
Okay, we'll work on that.
I still believe in landlines. I think it's a lost art, and I think it's something that we should really invest more in as a society.
You know,
I mean,
saying.
are you saying that you know the location of like the 3 or 4 payphones in like the area?
they can come in
yeah.
quite handy when you least
Yeah.
expect it.
Listen, he's smart.
Wait, does that mean you carry cash?
Hell yeah.
Oh, you carry
cash.
coins? You got the old jingle jangle when you walk?
Well, I know, obviously. Well, okay, yes, today I do, and that's why you found out that I was
Yeah,
here.
that's why
But
we knew you were here. Yeah.
so, what's the plan today? Where's Splinter?
Where is Splinter?
Splinter!
Okay, so I want you all to roll a perception check.
I just want to add real quick too that I'm already very upset with myself that I lost the surfer dude voice and fell right into just like a New Yorker voice instead.
That's hey, you
I
know,
got
Casey
you.
You know,
Jones
it
is
works.
from-
It fits.
Yeah,
I know
it fits.
it fits. I know.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, for this was a perception check, correct?
Yes, perception.
That is a 17 for Leo.
Okay.
I have a 21.
Ooh.
It's a 19 for Casey.
Fine, I'm getting dice.
That's a natural 1 from Donatello.
And I am still here. Sorry, I'm in the dark. I'll be right back.
I also got a natural 1.
Hey.
A natural 1?
Yeah, me too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no. Okay, so Donnie, Raph, you hear nothing, see nothing, can taste nothing, smell nothing. But Mikey, Leo, and Casey, you start to hear a faint little buzzing noise coming from a pipe that's near the exit from the sewers, so the place that you leave. So there's kind of like a big so it's like an old abandoned subway terminal, and you see you hear a buzz coming from that exit, and it's coming from like a pipe that you never go down, because it doesn't really go anywhere. You've already like, you know, because you've been here for like five years or so you've explored all of these tunnels, and this one pipe you never really go down because it's kind of blocked off. It had a cave in a few, you know, before you moved into this area, but you can hear this like faint buzzing, and you're not sure if it's like an actual buzzing, but then when you kind of like tune your ear to it, it comes in like crystal clear that like there's something weird coming from that pipe, and there's never like any sort of sound other than like mice, you know, going. That's not what mice sound like, but mice going squeak squeak.
Classic mice sound.
Yeah, classic mouse sound. You get it. And so you hear that buzz coming from the pipe.
That new?
What? Hey, what's that sound?
I think Leo's just gonna walk over to investigate.
Okay.
And let's roll an investigation.
Yeah.
Okay,
Hey.
well, it's a 19 plus something. 19 plus 1. It's an unnatural 20.
Cool. So you, as you get closer to that entrance, so this is on the other side. So I'll let you know. Splinter's home is kind of on the opposite end to where you're walking to right now. So you're far away from his area. As you get to that pipe, you notice a faint green glow. So it's like like an aqua kind of glow, and it's not really. It's kind of buzzing a little bit, so it's kind of like going like woo, 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 like that as you get closer, and it's kind of pulsating. But it's not like right inside of that pipe. It's a little bit further down.
Hey,
Yeah.
Leo,
Can we follow it down.
be
Sorry.
careful over there. That wall's looking a little green.
Yeah, I see that, Casey. Do we know what's down there?
I'm pretty sure there's nothing down there, actually. What? I mean, it's all. Why would you go over there?
If you guys don't know what's down that hole, like how long have you lived down here?
Like 5 years, I think.
Have you just been? Look, I'll go check it out. If you're all a little too chicken, it's okay. Your old pal
I'm with
Casey
you,
Jones
Casey.
is on the job.
Careful, you might turn into some sort of an anthropomorphic animal of some kind.
Wait, really? Is that what happened? No, wait. No, I know better. No. You're razzing
I
me,
almost
Raph.
got you. I almost got you.
So you're gonna go over there, Casey?
With Leo, yeah, I guess.
Okay. So are you just like at the entrance to the pipe?
Yeah.
Okay. So you see the same thing. You see the
Okay.
pulsating kind of aqua greenish blue light, and you hear the.
And-
Go ahead.
No, I'll just say I'll go further in
Okay.
or down.
Cool. So you go about 20 feet inside of the tube, and you start to see. It's not like it's lit, right? So it's weird because it's not like it's making the tunnel brighter. It's kind of like this like fog almost, and it's just like a green aqua thing. And as you get about 20 feet in, you hit that mark, and you start to feel on your face and on your skin. You start to feel something that feels like wet, but it's not like water. It's like if glue was watered down. It's kind of what it feels like on your skin.
You guys, and I'm getting like a goopy feeling over here.
Roll a
Roll for
roll a
goop.
strength. Roll a strength
Uh-oh.
check for me.
Okay.
You gotta wipe better, dude. That's gross.
15.
Okay, so you tie it actually. So does
Oh.
tie go to you, or does it
A
go to the?
defender.
You meet it, you beat it.
If
Yeah.
you meet it, you
Okay.
beat it.
Okay,
Typically,
cool.
is the
So you feel as this kind of wet glue was kind of on your body, you kind of feel it start to like grab around you and start pulling you forward. And you're able to like notice that pull in time to like break away from it and get yourself free, but you also can like see it kind of coming back at you. So what do you do?
shit. Buy me dinner first. You guys, we got a handsy wall over here or something with some goop. There's some goop.
Roll me a dex save.
He can't even fight off some goop by himself.
12.
Okay. So you start to back up, and since you've never been down this pipe before, and you're in a dark sewer, and there's all this fog around you, you trip over a loose brick. And you fall down, and the goopy mess.
Catch him.
Oh yeah.
Leo's with me.
Oh, okay. All right.
He was right behind me.
Yeah. Roll a dex. I guess it'd probably be a
Yeah.
dex.
I have a move called Slow Fall. It says you can use your reaction when someone falls to reduce any falling damage you take by 25. So I guess it's not really a damage thing, but okay, I'll roll it.
Yeah.
Let's see. It's 11. Is there a modifier you want me to use?
Yeah. Let's do I don't know, strength or dexterity.
Strength.
Agility.
Dex is good. That's a 16.
A 16. Okay. So I'll say you're
17. 11 plus 6. Haha.
even better.
Okay.
So I'll say that you're you kind of knew that something was up, so you kind of like primed yourself for like the next movement. So Leo, you jump into the tunnel, and you're able to catch Casey before he hits the ground. But in doing so, since you both kind of came to a standstill there, the goop gets on Casey, and then it transfers to you, Leo, and you can feel it. And it kind of wraps around the both of you. So it's not like this thing that comes out and like grabs you. It basically kind of like vacuum forms around your bodies and starts to pull you into the. You can't see what's further down the tunnel, but it starts to pull you forward.
Help!
And yeah.
Okay, when I
Bros,
hear
we're
the help,
getting pulled in.
when I hear the help, I run toward them and engage the goop.
I will also saunter towards the goop because I'm here to supervise unless otherwise needed.
Okay,
And
cool.
Donatello's like boop boop boop, still finishing up with that natural one, not even aware of what's going on. It's like all done, and gathers them up. Guys,
Donnie,
guys.
Awesome.
Donnie,
awesome.
there's an aggressive goop.
We'll go back to Donnie because I love that because it's gonna be great narratively. So Raph, you go full on in there. You can still see them. They're getting pulled back. But you kind of go full on into that tunnel trying to save them, right?
Yeah, I go in and I do, and I sigh, and
So you're trying to attack the goo.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I was gonna have you do a roll, but I think you just throw yourself in there and the goop just like is like, oh, thank you. The goop's like, well, thank you, sir. Don't mind if I do.
Yeah.
And it starts, it kind of pulls you in. And you start going in as well. You're a little bit behind them. It's not like a fast. It's not like shoom and you're gone. It's kind of like you're like slowly getting like frozen a little bit, like Han Solo in Kryptonite or in Carbonite kind of thing. So you're kind of like frozen, just getting pulled in. You can still like talk and everything like that.
Yeah.
Mikey, you see Raph jump in there and then just kind of like go and then start getting pulled away like in like a statue getting pulled away. What do you do?
Everybody good down there?
Can I still
You
talk?
stupid goop! Get off of me!
Yes, you
You're
can
messing with the
still talk,
wrong
yeah.
turtle.
Okay. Mikey, you guys, you might want to just call for help or something. Call the fire department. We got some goop.
I'm just gonna yell, grab some rope.
I can't move.
I can do the rope. And then like we'll kind of like under the couch grabs like pulls out a pile of rope and then like tries to find the end of one.
Okay. Roll me a investigation to see if you can find the rope. Yeah, roll me an investigation.
We're all being so supportive. Yeah, buddy.
That's
You
right.
got this.
You got it.
14.
Okay, so you find a pretty long, it's like a 60-foot rope. You know that this tunnel, at least from your memory, the like caved in area is like 40 feet down there. So you know this is going to be long enough to get to the end of that tunnel.
Cowabunga. Just kind of like tries to like lasso, I guess, Raph first because the closest.
Sweet. So as you get back to the tunnel, they are further in. You can barely see Raph. So in order to get, see, do you have dark vision? Do y'all have dark vision?
No.
Okay. So yeah, you can like barely see Raph's foot.
It's an attractive foot though, and you're like, what a finely chiseled foot.
So in order to be able so I'll say that if you want to throw the rope from like outside of the tunnel, it'll be at disadvantage. If you wanted to go into the tunnel a little bit, it'll just be like a regular throw.
Think Mikey kind of like takes one step, takes like another step, and like does a little like limb check, and takes another step.
On your third step, you feel the goop. You feel the goop start to go on your foot. It like starts on your toes.
No, that's for skating. Get off.
Give me a strength check.
Oh, strength? No, we don't like strength. Why not something else? Oh, damn, nice. That is a dirty 20.
Perfect. So you're able to rip away from the goop with that.
2.5. Got it.
Yes.
And we'll like be like, guys?
At this point, Raph's foot is gone now. You can't see it at all.
That was perfect.
That was
Just,
great.
you like zoom.
Far
You
away.
blew zoom out, so it sounded like you were so far
Really?
away. Yeah,
Great.
I was trying to be quieter with that one.
it's good.
So what do you do?
Are we all completely gone in the goop at this point?
Yeah, so you all are gone in the goop. at this point, and I'll get to what is happening inside of the goop
Cool.
in a little bit.
Yeah, Mikey, known coward and improviser, is gonna be like, actually, you know who would have a tool for this? Donnie.
Cool.
Guys,
He's like, kind
guys,
of like, what? We have a problem. Do you have like some sort of tool?
Yeah, I have plenty, and I start filling one of my bags with all of my science-y tools and whatnot. Throw that over my shoulder and start kind of walking over with the shell cells and the pizza that I picked up that got delivered.
Perfect, man. A record time.
In that time.
Yeah, it was like 4 minutes. You
That's
live
great.
right below a Domino's.
We're
also
also
the
like
idea that the
frequent
pizza-
flyers.
yes,
Yeah, and the
yeah.
pizza guy was just like, just like stuck it in the door.
There's like a sign that just says "Leave pizza here."
And I left the tip that I left was all the change, all the coins that Casey was carrying that was jingling in their pockets.
Oh, remind me to set up a chat command for tomorrow, just Domino's, and it'll help people find the nearest Domino's to their house.
Perfect,
I'll set
yeah,
that
that-
up
We have
for
one really
tomorrow.
close, yeah. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Hashtag sponsor us.
Also, at this time, audience, I want to remind you that there is a channel point. I think it maybe got wasted, unless if it got reset. But it got wasted by Kelos in the chat. But you can redeem
Oh,
the
it's
channel
like
point.
for everybody? I thought I just wasted it for myself.
No, it's for everyone. So it has a cooldown
Sally.
of 30 minutes, but you can do Turtle Power, redeem that channel point, and it'll give the entire party advantage during either like a moment like this would be a moment for the advantage to happen, or during a round of combat, or while they're solving a puzzle or trying to do something like that. So if they ever come up against something that's difficult for them to complete, you can redeem the Turtle Power channel point, and it'll give everybody in the party advantage until I say they no longer get it. Kate did it right now, and so now you have advantage. So you could, you know what? You know what? We could just end the story right here if you're able to evade this goo. So,
This
Who
is
evaded? We have
guys.
pizza. Roll the
I see.
credits.
I understand now.
So Donnie and Mike, you were at the, and Mikey, you were at the foot of the pipe that is slowly, it's not really filling with goo. So you can kind of see it on the, it almost looks like it's alive. So it's, you know, kind of like waiting, like it's feeling around for something to come into contact with it.
I'd like to put down the pizza,
I would like to pick up the pizza.
and you have my my little drone, essentially my homunculus servant, kind of go up and help me. It's gonna go up and try and like scoop or like touch it to kind of see what's up with it.
Okay.
As I try and study it and try and identify, I've never seen anything like this before. Not in these past 5 years down here. Where could this be coming from?
Does your drone have any sort of like stats? Does it have like a? Okay. So give me a. So it gets down. So it's trying to get like a sample of the goo.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So give me a strength check from the drone.
Oh yeah. Total strength score of 4, baby. Oh, please let this be. Oh, 12 total.
Okay. So your drone goes to collect
Almost a
the
natural
sample with its little hand thing or whatever, and as soon as it touches the goo, the drone gets grabbed and starts getting slowly pulled in. Like it's kind of frozen.
And I use my bow staff to try and like have it grab onto the edge of my bow staff. As I was trying to do an investigation myself, I'm like, no, quick reflexes.
Cool.
Hold on.
So you drop your bow staff in there, and your bow staff gets grabbed by the stuff as well, and it starts to kind of pull that. Give me a strength check on a Donnie strength check.
Fun fact, my strength is not much better than my drone's.
Same. I was like, a strength check? How about, I don't know, a dex check?
That will be a total of 0.
Oh wow!
You have a negative
Yeah.
1 somewhere?
So
I have a -2 to strength.
Wow.
wow.
Rolled a 6.
So it's not a crit, so that's good.
Yeah. So I think that Donnie is a little bit too focused on trying not to break the drone, So you try to like pull back, but you're like, oh no, if I pull back, it might be too much, and I might fling the drone back and hurt it. So you kind of just like, all right, I'm going along for the ride. And you have time if you want to let go of your bow staff, or you can kind of ride the lightning.
I'm gonna ride the lightning, and I'll just look back at Mikey. I was like, "Is this where everybody went?"
Well, yeah.
Cool. So Donnie, you kind of start getting pulled away. Mikey, you're sitting there with a pizza.
Oh, I'm very much like looking for the one that is like my pizza. Wow, this is like, oh no, don't do that.
Cool. I totally forgot about the advantage. If you want to roll the advantage, Donnie, or do you just want to go with it? Or we can save the turtle power. I'll let y'all save it until the next thing that pops up. Cool. All right. Mikey, so you see Donnie getting pulled in. You've seen your brothers and Casey Jones get pulled in. There's no sign of Splinter anywhere. It's just you with your pizzas. And what are you doing?
Why do I have a feeling this is a bad idea? It's gonna just walk in that direction.
Awesome.
I'm taking the pizzas though. The pizzas are coming along for the ride.
I wouldn't expect anything less. So Mikey, you walk in and the goo kind of starts to kind of grab you a little bit, and it's more gentle with you because you're like allowing it to happen. So it kind of feels like somebody's just like, hey, come with me, and you're like, all right, yeah. It doesn't get on your pizza or anything. It's very gentle with it, so it doesn't crinkle up the box or make you drop anything. And it starts to pull you into the same direction as your brothers and Casey. And you get up there and you see that you're all kind of in a line being held up by this goo, and in front of you there's it looks like a pool of water with a ripple that's just a constant ripple going out to the edges and going out and going out. And it sits there for a little, like maybe like if it's like 5 seconds, but it feels like a minute. And then all of a sudden you're thrown through the water and you kind of feel a splash on your face. And then you see all these flashing lights coming at your face, and it's bright and luminescent, and it's very much like a 90s animated cartoon show with a bunch of crazy flashing lights all around you. And I need everybody to roll a
sanity check.
A dex.
New game system, everyone.
This just became Call of Cthulhu, baby.
Everybody roll a dex check.
Okay.
Save.
Yes, dex save. Saving throw, please.
12.
Oh.
12.
17.
9.
15.
16.
Okay. So after all of this crazy lights happen and everything, and you're feeling like you can almost see out, like if you look to the right or the left, you can almost see like there's different, it almost looks like worlds, right? Like maybe different universes and stuff that are happening all around you. And you all have seen crazy shit before. You've been to outer space, you've fought crazy things, but you've never quite seen anything like this. And you get thrown forward. Yes?
In the narrative here, Raph actually grabs one of the, like, hold of a little string and gets a harder glance into one of the worlds. What does he see?
You see a bunch of dinosaurs. You see just dinosaurs, full on dinosaurs. That's it.
My ancestors.
Maybe.
And then it rips you forward, and you keep flying through the wormhole. And you all pop out the other side. So there's like you see another like ripple coming at you. Looks like a pond rippling, and you hit that, and it's like your face gets wet, and you go through. But your bodies aren't wet or anything. You're completely dry. And everybody except for Mikey is able to kind of adjust in the air and do a cool ass ninja landing and kind of come to a sliding stop. Mikey, since you're holding the pizzas and you were, kind of like brought into this like, yo, cool, I'm just kind of here. You get this rude awakening of like, everything kind of stops, and you just go tumbling forward.
Catch the pizzas!
Yeah, and the pizzas go up in the air. Who rolled the highest dex?
I got 12.
Somebody rolled like a 19.
I got 17.
It was you.
19.
It was me.
Oh, 17 was you. Okay, so Casey,
Yeah.
you're able to save one of the pizzas, and unfortunately, it's the anchovy pizza.
And I'm just gonna pop up and be like, "Thank you, dude," and take it.
So Mikey, there's no damage or anything, but you kind of flail in there, and you land, and you look up, and you see, hold on, I gotta stop the music really quick. 1 second.
It's that flow.
A
That's what you
dramatic
come here for.
So you look up and you see a prairie in front of you. So it's kind of a wide open prairie, but it looks different. It's almost like the sky here is a little bit more green. It's almost like it rains a lot here in wherever you're at. It definitely doesn't look like anything you've ever seen. The grass that you're looking at is, Donnie, especially you would be able to tell this. It's not a species of fauna that you have ever read about or heard about. It is not something that would be biological to the earth that you are a part of or you know. Off in the distance, you see stone buildings, and you see they're like straw. There's like stone walls and straw roofs, and they look very like dilapidated, almost like ruins. But they're definitely not like super old. They just look like maybe they've seen some better days, but it's not because they're like hundreds of years old. They've been kind of fucked up. And then you see like dirt paths that have wagon treads in them, so they're not wide enough to be a car. They wouldn't be bikes because they're like too deep into the dirt, so you know it was something very heavy. So it definitely looks like kind of an archaic situation that you're in. What do you all do?
How many moons and suns are there?
There is it's currently daytime. It's probably about, if you were to guesstimate, it'd probably be around like 5 or 6 in the evening. So it's light out, but it's starting to get dark.
I would like to do several flips to test the gravity.
Okay. Raph,
Really, priorities. That's good.
yeah, you do flips, and it seems like normal flippage.
Okay,
Yo,
I got all my same power here.
I write myself.
Is this the Midwest or something? Where are we?
I would like
Some
to
little house shit.
look around and try and maybe from a distance study the stone and the thatch and the grooves to kind of figure out if I've maybe read about this place or if I know anything about where we could be or when we could be.
Yeah.
I'll lick my finger and stick it in the air.
You can tell.
No
that
wet
the-
willies. No wet willies.
You can tell that the wind is coming from the southeast. I won't even make you roll for that. And then Donnie, in order to go, to inspect the stone and the thatch, you'll need to go. It's probably about 100 or 200 feet forward. So you can definitely go do that, but you'll have to go a little bit further down the path.
Yes, speaking of forward, can we look where we came from?
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Leo is looking at the goop, or if there is any evidence of what they just went through.
Yes. So you turn around, and you see a mountain. So the goop is gone. There's no evidence of it ever existing. You see this large mountain, and beyond the mountain, you see a couple of different kind of like plumes of smoke rising up into the sky, and it looks like there have been multiple burnings happening for a while now, so maybe a couple of days, because the sky behind you, and now you're realizing why the sky looks a different color, is because a lot of stuff behind you has been what looks to be either set on fire by a wildfire, or since it's so like pinpointed, it looks like more like someone has set possibly villages or areas on fire on purpose.
And I think I would basically announce that to the group.
Cool.
Well, I don't think we're in the city anymore. Maybe Kansas?
Yeah, this has got to be Kansas.
Yeah. This is my first time in Kansas, but it looks like there's a bad guy doing some bad shit here.
Oh, you think that's a bad guy? Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
no,
I mean, the fires look really pinpointed, right? Like, it doesn't look accidental. That's not like a forest fire.
Sure.
It looks like people live here, or did.
Do I see any people nearby? Any like places people would be? Maybe.
You see immediately in front of you. You see there's like 10 to 12 buildings, that look like homes, and then there is one building that kind of looks like it might be like a place of business or maybe government that looks a little bit more official. And then there's another building that kind of just looks like, it almost looks like a bunker that's like coming up out of the ground. But it's really just kind of like a straight 90-degree, there's like a straight up and down wall, and then like the roof is kind of like slanted backwards, but it's all made out of stone with a big stone door.
Raphael runs over there and jumps.
Whoa,
climbs up the building.
Raph, wait, Raph.
He does that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Raph does what Raph does.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So Raph takes off running. Donnie, I know you wanted to inspect the stone. If you want, I can say that you just kind of started meandering up there because Donnie tends to do that kind of stuff as well. To take.
Yeah, I was gonna call out to the group and say that I was gonna go in that direction if anybody wanted to come along, as I see Raphael run past.
Hey guys, real quick, hang on. Just Raph's already gone, but just saying, we don't really know where we're at right now, and
that's what we're trying to figure out.
you guys are 6-foot turtles, okay?
And I put my hand on Casey and I'm like, Casey, I understand. Right now, we're trying to figure that out.
No, I know.
If
I'm just saying, people might not react to you the way that you think they're going to. You know.
Thank
this
you
is-
very
this
much.
ain't New York
We
City.
are keenly aware.
At that exact moment, Raph crosses the threshold of the town, and you hear screams. And you hear townspeople screaming. You all, Donnie's probably close enough to hear this. The other ones of you are a little bit too far away to hear. But Raph and Donnie, you hear the townspeople say, the turtles, they're back! Run, the turtles, get back, get inside! And so they all go running, and they try to get to their homes. What do you do?
I start looking for giant turtles.
That's the funniest thing I've ever
looking
heard.
for turtles. Donnie, you start looking for turtles. You look down, and you see a puddle, and you see yourself.
Where's the turtles? Raph! Come
Raph,
back!
what do you do?
What does Raph do?
Yeah.
Didn't notice. Is still running. The goal is to scale the fortress.
Perfect.
I want to parkour up it as well as I can.
Give me a perception check with disadvantage because you're focused on your task.
Well, one of them was a 20, and the other one's a 19. So
Okay.
19.
Okay.
Dang.
So even though you're so focused on getting to this barrier, you are still enough of a trained warrior that you see out of the corner of your eye, barreling at you from the sky, it appears, a humongous figure, and it's coming into like your view, and it's about to hit you. So you see that. Roll me a dex save.
21.
Okay, perfect. So you kind of drop down.
Holy shell.
Yeah. Holy shell. Indeed. You kind of drop down and you land on your shell on the ground, and you slide underneath this huge axe, like a bigger axe than you've ever seen outside of a museum. It slides like right over your face, and so it's, kind of like that.
Raph!
And like if you
Nice mic work. That's
Thank
good.
you. If turtles had beards, it would like graze a hair off of
It takes like the top
Yes.
string of your
bandana.
like, bandana.
Yes, absolutely. It like cuts a little piece of your bandana off, and you barely dodge it. and you turn around and you see standing with a humongous great axe with its back turned to you, this 8.5 foot tall metal, like covered in metal person. Almost like you wouldn't say that it's a person because it does not look like a person. And you fought things similar to this before, as far as like the size and the shape. But it definitely looks mechanical, a little bit like half mechanical, half humanoid. And it kind of stands. And Donnie, you see this. Roll me a, roll me a perception check because I want to see how much you can see of the figure.
$15.
15. Okay. So you see the same thing. It looks like a big figure with an axe, and you can tell that there's like some metal involved somehow because like the glint of the sun. But we'll say that this is like to the whichever way the sun sets. So the sun is a little bit in your eyes. Yeah, yeah. And the other turtles, you see that as well. So I'm just making you aware of that. So in case if whatever happens, you're keyed into it. But Raph, since you're the closest, you hear this metal thing say, "You should have stayed away."
Okay, Rin Tin Tin. I don't know who you are, and you don't know who I are, okay? What's going on here?
I know who you are, turtle. And then, all right, let's roll initiative.
Yeah.
I'm getting my ones out of the way. This is the good news.
Leo got 19.
I as well got 19.
I got
Jinx!
20 total.
Ooh.
19 on the die.
Kelsey got a clean 2.
That's with your
Wait.
modifier too?
Yes,
Okay.
that's what made it a 2.
And then, are you ready? Casey
Yes.
got a 13.
Okay, so you got a 13. And unknown assailant got a 17.
Rin Tin Tin.
Cool. So Donnie had a
Look
20.
like 10.
Leo had a 19. Mikey 19. Mikey, Leo, what's your initiative modifier? 2.
It's gonna be. We're both gonna have 2 because we're the same level.
Cool.
Oh no, 3.
Ooh, a 3. All right. So
fancy.
Leo will go.
Monk.
So it'll be
Oh yeah,
Donnie.
because you're more monk than me.
Yes.
100% monk. Ooh.
So Donnie, you are first in the action in the order. Donnie, you are first in the order with the 20 initiative. So what do? You see this large humanoid metal figure that has now turned its back to you, and it is or it hasn't turned its back yet because I don't want to give the reveal yet.
Real quick question for you, just clarification wise,
Yes.
this is on top of like the tower thing or no?
No, this is like in the middle of the town. So there was like a town there,
Okay.
and Raph was like running. The tower thing was like at the very end, like the opposite end of the town. And Raph was running towards that and got cut off in the middle of town. So it's like the town square, kind of.
Okay, cool.
Cool. So what I would like to do on on this turn is have my drone carry all of the shell cells, and basically when it's turn, kind of distribute those at least to these turtles, and I'll grab the one that for Raph and start heading in that direction to try and help Raph out.
Okay.
I'm coming, bro.
I'll let that I'll let you like distributing those things to the drone. I'll let that be a free action, just because you're Donatello and it's your drone thing. In what place in the order does your drone go?
It goes right after my turn.
Okay. Does your drone have a name?
Zora.
Zora. I like it. Okay. So we'll wait for Zora, what Zora does with the
So I'll hand
shell
them
cells.
off.
And you start running towards Raph?
Yep, I start running towards Raph, and say, I got your back, bro. And since I saw that it unleashed a swing in his direction, you said I was about 100 feet away, and I kind of went up, so maybe I'm like 50 or so.
Yeah, I'll say that you were a little bit closer to the town, so I'll say that you were about 50 feet from where this incident happened. So you're pretty close, but it's just the sun's a little bit in your eyes, so from where you're at, you were having a little bit trouble making out, like, from the silhouette of the person, you were kind of having trouble making out more of the features.
Got it. I'm gonna, as my drone makes its way towards the rest of the turtles, I'm gonna have it kind of turn around and unleash a little bolt of light in the direction of this big metal thing, essentially casting guiding bolt to attack it.
Sweet. So this light, so it's kind of just like a flashlight, right? That kind of like brightens it up. Is that how the drone works?
Yeah, it sparks a little bit, like it's as if it were electricity, but it's not lightning damage, it's radiant damage. So it'll be more light focused, but with a couple of little sparks, as if it needs a little work.
Sweet. And is that an attack roll for you?
Yep.
Cool. Go ahead and roll. And I'll give advantage for this first one since the turtle power was redeemed before. So everybody has advantage on this round.
You made a mistake.
Now, is that real quick, Ryan? Is that the entirety of your turn, or is that one thing per person's turn?
It's for one round of combat.
So everything we do this round gets
advantage. Everything you do this round, you have advantage.
Holy shit!
That's why I said what I said.
Because all of these bitches are monks, and you know they have multiple attacks and shit.
Okay, so guiding bolt, if it hits, it already grants advantage. Would that like pass over to the following round?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Yeah.
Because I hit with a 24.
Okay, perfect.
And so that light turns into like a little bit of a laser and just shoots right in its direction. And basically creates a target for anyone that wants to focus on it. A bullseye.
Cool. And what is the damage on that? Is there damage?
Oh, there is. I should roll that. I know how to play D&D.
Does that have to be a ranged weapon?
Does what?
I think guiding bolt is anything that requires an attack roll.
Yes, sorry. That's correct.
Gotcha.
That's a total of 12 radiant damage. And I've also used my 30 feet to get a little closer, so I'm now 20 feet away from it.
Okay. Cool. So...
And then, sorry, as of my bonus action, I'm not going to use it this turn, but I'm going to start getting ready and as if I'm reaching for something inside of my bag to get it ready for the next round.
Gotcha. And you're like 20 feet away from the figure?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Awesome. The next person in the order is the drone?
Yeah, and so it's just distributing the shell cells so everybody has them.
Cool.
And I'm still holding the one for Raph to give it to Raph.
Awesome. So the drone goes around, and it's a mechanized drone, and it still works here. So I'll say that it's not.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. So it's probably not powered by like a satellite thing. It's probably just more like maybe radio frequency that is tied directly to the drone. That kind of controls it from.
Yeah, I should have clarified this. I do have a remote control device that I use to kind of navigate it as well.
Perfect. So the drone is quick and fast because drones are very fast nowadays, and so it goes really quickly and just kind of drops them right towards you guys, and you're able to grab them no problem. So you all have a shell cell. I would assume that's like a stone of far speech kind of thing.
It's meant to just function as like how I deliver spells, like the apps on their phones and stuff like that. And then for Kelsea, cool. I was digging around the sewer and maybe like a child dropped an old school Tamagotchi. So that's your shell cell.
Heck yeah.
You got to keep it alive, Kelsea. It's gonna be a recurring.
It's already dead. It's already dead. I mean,
Justin does nothing but murder Tamagotchis. We've established this in Ghostlight lore.
That's right. You can go back and watch the old Ghostlight Tamagotchi series.
Awesome. So Leo, it is your turn. You are. I'm gonna say. I said 100 feet before, but that's quite a ways away. I'm gonna say you're turtles. So even if your movement is like 40, in order to get in range, I want this to be fun. So I'll say that you're like 40 feet away from it.
Perfect. That's exactly my running speed. So I get there, and I'm gonna try to jump up and hit it right where that guiding bolt hit it.
Cool.
And yeah, I'm just gonna do an unarmed strike.
Cool. Go ahead and roll.
So, it's an 18 plus. Well, it's an 18 flat, I guess. What do I add? What's the modifier for that for an attack?
For your unarmed, because
Yeah.
I'm assuming you built like a turtle, which gets the
Oh yeah. So is
get
it the
your
hit
claws.
plus 6?
your 1d4 plus
That's
whatever
true.
your mod is.
Okay, so rolling an 18 flat like that does hit, correct?
An 18 flat hits? No. Well, do you have a modifier on that?
That's what I'm asking. I don't remember what the modifier
It would be
for this
your
attack.
dexterity
It's your dex,
plus
yeah.
proficiency.
Thank you. Okay, great.
My bad. I was like ready, like this is what you do. This is your attack. There
Okay,
you go.
so
Totally
Dex
hit,
plus
obviously.
3. Yeah, Dex plus 3. It hit. Okay, great. I'll start rolling some damage. So the first one is 7 damage, and I'm also gonna do an extra attack. I'll do that first attack to be a kick, and I'm gonna lift that kick up and pull my first ninjato, and I'm gonna kick up, flip, and then I'm gonna throw my sword and try to like slice down.
Okay.
So swoop. That's what it looks like.
Dope. Roll for that. With advantage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay. It's the next hit is 6 points.
Did you roll for the hit?
Well, I did. That was it. The first hit was something plus 3. It was 4 plus 3. The first hit was 7. The
Okay.
second hit was 6.
Did you roll the attack dice? So the D20 for the second hit?
Oh, I didn't because I rolled 18 and I knew that would have hit it anyway. So my second roll was a 3
Okay.
plus 3, so it would have been a 6.
Oh, I might have got lost. So you're hitting him. So you punched him, right? You punched.
I
the figure,
kicked him. I
Kicked him.
ran. So big figure. I ran.
Kicked him.
Did a
and,
foot
and,
step.
and that was
kicked.
where you rolled the 18 on the kick. Did you roll
Yeah.
another D20 for the knife or for the sword attack?
I didn't because the second attack, the extra attack, is just you attack twice instead of once whenever you take the attack action on your turn.
So you have to roll for that attack too. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
I
you have to roll for the
do.
sword
Yeah.
attack. Uh-huh.
Thank you for clearing that up.
It just
Sorry.
allows you to take a second roll. Yeah.
Of course. Okay, so the second one is an 8 plus 3.
That does not.
So
But you get advantage. So you
Okay.
get to roll that again. You can roll.
that's a 20.
Woo! That's
And,
it's a crit.
Yes, it is.
Hey.
All right, roll
20.
damage.
Okay. All right. That's a 6 plus 3.
Okay, so that's a 18 total.
6 plus
'Cause it's
3
double?
is a 9. Oh.
Yeah, and then it's because
Well,
Sure.
crit.
So double the dice, not the modifier.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. So it's a
15.
12 plus 3. So 15. Yes.
Cool.
Good math, everyone.
We did
And
it.
then, Jake, so your dexterity modifier is 3, is that right?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. So when you're attacking with like your monk weapon stuff, I think it would be a +6 because you're also adding your proficiency bonus.
Right.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, that's right.
All right, so
Okay.
I've taken that off for both. I've taken that off for both.
Okay, thank you.
Cool. What else would you like to do in your turn?
Well, I did the run, kick, flip, slice, and I think I don't know. I don't know what else I could do. I guess I could do a swipe away, just to back away from it.
Okay.
I don't
Cool.
know if that would count as anything. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, so Leo, you run up there, you sprint up there, and I'll say that you were already kind of running because you could see Raph going, and if anybody knows the Turtles, Leo is always like trying to have to stop Raph, so he kind of got a jump start and was already running up. So he comes in there, kicks this figure, doesn't even look at it, just kind of like kicks it, and then does a swipe. And when you kick, you hear this like deep thud. Like this metal or whatever that this thing is made out of is not hollow. It's very, very thick. So you hit it, and it doesn't seem like it hurts it that much. Like maybe I would say like half the damage that it would take to a normal person. So it hits that, and then you swipe at it with your sword. You do kind of a spin or like straight down onto it, and you hit the metal, and you do hit a little bit of what feels like flesh as well. But just like a small bit near its like kind of stomach area. You've hit a little bit of flesh there, and then you kind of back up and get ready for your next attack. Mikey, it is now your turn.
Mikey, watching Donnie's drone fly around. Make sure does that do video? Make sure good pick. Make sure it's gonna be cool. And
cheese pizza.
And is going to run up to attack. I also have the same movement as Leo, 40 feet.
Yes.
Because I already have advantage and I'm a rogue, I get sneak attack if I hit. So let's roll to see if I hit first for my
Yes.
first attack.
Let's do it.
That is, I don't know, 16?
That does not hit.
Cool. Well, I do have a second attack.
Yeah.
That's better. That's going to be 24.
That hits.
Sweet. Sneak attack is just on the first attack. And because this is my second attack, which is part of my flurry of blows, first things first, I'm just going to roll my damage, but I'm also going to require it to make a dex check or be knocked prone because I'm going to spend a key to do that.
Okay.
A
19 on the dex check.
Okay, it definitely passes.
Okay.
Math is hard. Math is hard. Hold on. I'm very good at math. Hold on. $11 points of damage.
Is it unarmed strike? You striking with your nunchucks? Or?
So it's monk weapons, so it's
Okay.
like it counts as the same.
Gotcha.
So I'm using my nunchucks, of course.
And what was the damage again? Because I forgot. 12? Was it 12?
11?
11,
9,
okay.
11, yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, and just like one of those things where like comes in, like smiles for like cheese pizza, and like goes in, whiffs on the first one, and like and instead of like just turns it into the follow through for the second. It was like cowbunga.
Nice. Cool. Is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
The urge to spend all of my ki at one point. No, I think I'm good.
Okay. So now it is the figure's turn. And after Leo hits it, and then Mikey comes in, and it kind of somehow this humongous creature dodges your first attack, and then it gets hit. And I'll say the second one, you kind of hit it right in the stomach. And when you do, Mikey, it feels wet. The stomach feels wet. And this creature kind of falls back and goes, and it turns around, and Raph, you're the first to see because it turns at you, kind of in pain, and you see it in the sunlight that this looks like Krang. So it doesn't look like your Krang. It doesn't look like a mechanical robot figure. It looks like these metal parts that have been weirdly molded into kind of a human shape, but like onto a human being's body. So it's not like an android. It's like a weird amalgamation of metal and man. And in the middle of this man is this squishy brain-looking thing that has a mouth and eyes, and you notice this faint glow around the figure, as if like it's nothing you've ever seen before. It doesn't look electric. It looks kind of like that goo a little bit. The only way that you could describe it is that it's magical in some way, shape, or form. So Krang, the figure now formerly known as the figure Krang, now turns around to the rest of you, and you all see that it's Krang, and it doesn't look like you're Krang, but you immediately notice like there's nothing else that this could be other than that squishy brain guy inside of the big dumb dude that we know as Krang. And Krang says, "You've changed your outfits. It doesn't matter. I'll do whatever I can to protect these people, whatever the cost." And Krang is going to swing at, I'll say Mikey's probably closest because you attacked last. So Krang is going to swing at you, Mikey, and that is going to be an 18 plus 6, so that's a 24.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. And that's the wrong dice. And that's going to be 6 points of damage. And so then Krang is going to have a second attack. So Krang hits you with the great axe, but I'll say that just for continuity's sake, it kind of hits you in you're able to kind of turn your shell right before it hits, and so the axe kind of hits you in the shell, so it doesn't get like a good chunk of you, but it hurts a lot. Like this is, it's a big thing hitting you with it.
Not cool, man.
As it does that, you hear this deep voice go, "I hit, ha 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 ha," and and then it pulls back. Krang pulls back its axe, and it points its hand at you, Leo, and it is going to cast Fireball and shoot a fireball out of its hand at you. Oh, that's gonna be a 4. Which I assume probably misses.
Jake,
you're on mute, Jake.
Thank you. Yeah. What am I looking for to see if that hits?
Your AC. I mean, I
is
assume
it AC?
4. Yeah, 4.
Yeah, it was a
doesn't
17.
Yeah. Cool.
It does not beat me.
Yeah, so it swings his axe through, and then he goes like this, and a fireball seems to kind of out of nowhere just appear and shoot forward. Leo, you're able to like see it going. Yeah, so you dodge out of the way, and it goes past you. And Donnie, I'm gonna say you in particular notice this and are like, "What?" Like this is something you've never you've seen magicians do stuff like this, but you have a pretty keen eye for that. And there's nothing it's just the human hand. There's no the metal ends probably right at his forearm here, and the rest of it is just a bare human hand. And you just see this fire kind of materialize and shoot forward. And then it lands in the grass behind you, and it doesn't start a fire because it's maybe rain there, so it's a little wet. So it kind of goes on fire, and it looks like just regular ass fire that came out of Krang's hand. And that is going to be the end of its turn. And before Krang ends, he says, "You usually don't travel together anymore. No matter. I will do what needs to be done." And what he does, it's not really his last action. He hits his axe on the ground, and you didn't notice it before, but there's a little metal thing on the ground. And when his axe hits it, this loud, it sounds like a horn. It's not really a horn, but this loud, brrr, goes off. And you all the townspeople are gone at this point, and it seems like that's a warning signal that he was, setting off. And now it is Casey's turn.
That's me. Dang, this is great. This is great. There's so many things I want to do, but none of them are things Casey would do. So Casey's going to run up, not too close. He's going to stay a good, honestly, he may just stay where he's at. Just a good distance away, 60 feet away. And just gonna kind of like look inside. I'm just like, is that Krang? Oh shit! And grab a hockey stick. I'm gonna take a puck, and I'm just gonna chuck it in the air, and I'm gonna say, "The puck is Krang doing here," and I'm gonna smack it. I reformatted some weaponry. So my short bow is now a hockey stick, by the way.
Okay.
But it's the same stats. So
cool.
And normally I'd have disadvantage on this. I just want to say for anybody out there who's like, what are the rules? In the chat, I have a sharpshooter feat, so fuck you.
Yeah, and also,
I get advantage
this
on
is
this.
also a homebrew where it's Ninja Turtles, so we can do whatever we want, whatever.
It's like Ninja Turtles homebrew.
Yeah. Oh man.
Wow, I got the same thing on both dice. That's fun. It's a dirty 20.
Okay, that hits.
Okay. For only 4 points bludgeoning. But I liked, just for flavor sake, I smacked it right at sneak attack. I'm so sorry. I was gonna do sneak attack with that because it's advantage. So it's this 4 plus 9, so a total of 13. And I like to think that it shot right at the little gumball in the center of the torso. That is Krang.
Cool. Yeah, so it hits Krang, and it actually, like, just because it's Ninja Turtles, it like goes into his mouth, and he's like, and he shoots out the puck, and he goes,
love it.
Puck you!
It's great.
Yeah, he doesn't know what a puck is. It doesn't matter. We're breaking all rules.
Yeah.
Cool. Is there anything else you want to do, Casey?
You said everybody is gone, right? Like there's no people here.
Yeah, it looks like people have, like, at this point they're starting to board up their windows and the doors and like fortify.
If I can see just like the nearest house, if I see people inside, I just want to kind of run that direction. In an attempt to just kind of ask somebody like, where the hell are we? That's the idea.
Yeah, I will say that there is there's a house like maybe 30 feet to your right, I guess, in theater of the mind, 30 feet away from you if you want to kind of start heading that way. Do you want to like yell to the house, or do you want to like try to get up there?
Yeah, I mean, my speed is 30. If you'll allow me to just get up there and use a free action at the end of my turn, or I can just take the rest of my turn running. It's really up to you. Cool. I don't really care.
So as you run up there, you see there's a man, like a human person, who he's like getting ready to nail down the thing, and a hand pulls the board down and says, "There's somebody still out there." And they point at you, Casey, and they say, "Quick, get in here! They'll kill you."
Who are you talking
Turtles,
about?
You idiot! Get inside! Why are you dressed so stupid? And then we're gonna go to
Cool.
Raph. That'll be the end of your turn, Casey. Raphael, it is your turn. You are standing. I'll say you're like 10 feet away from Krang at this point.
Yeah, well, I never run away from a fight. And I yell that at Kelsea. And I'm gonna say, and basically say, like, I'm not gonna lie, you look weird. And then obviously spinning them first.
I love the sound of the spins.
Yeah. Okay, and then I try to attack not Krang because that's gross, but his vessel, and say, like, pick on somebody your own size. And my first one is a 9. Does that hit?
You have advantage.
The first one is a dirty 20. Does that hit?
It does hit, yes.
Okay. So then that's going to be 11 points of damage on the first hit.
Okay.
Second psi is a nat 20.
Woo! Yeah, that
So
hits.
I only add my bonus once, but I roll twice, right?
Yes.
Oh. So 11 points again of damage for the second one.
Cool.
And I'm going to leave it there because I have my own little personal advantage I'll use on my next turn.
Okay. So I'll say that you Raph, you go in and you do your cool little flipping your size.
Mhm.
And Krang has like a visceral reaction to seeing you do this attack. And he kind of like tenses up and he doesn't move because he's kind of like stun locked a little bit. And you are able to get one of your size into like a crease on his left arm, like where he shot the fireball. And it kind of sticks for a second and you pull through and his arm just kind of like dangles off the side. And it's not like bloody or anything. Then maybe there's it's like you had it's like a can, right? Like you try to open a can opener on a top of a lid. So it's kind of like peeled back to the side. And his hand just kind of dangles. And the other one kind of hits him right in the chest and it knocks him back. And he goes to a knee. And he's pretty bloodied. I would say that there's blood coming out of both of his mouths at this point. And he
Okay.
And he looks up at you, and he says, "Why didn't you kill me?"
Dude, that was a pretty intense trauma response, man. And I get down on my knee as my free action and say, "What's going on and how can I help?"
You never let someone live after the first strike. I left myself vulnerable. I failed, and I'm still standing.
Whoa. You're on a knee. Like, literally, not standing, but... Guys, something's wrong here. This isn't our Krang. This guy's, he doesn't feel very good. I think he needs, you know what, Leo? This is your specialty. Come hug him or something.
What do you mean, our Krang? You're
All
not.
right, Leo takes a knee next to this, and I say, and I check him, and I do get my little hands, and I check his goop all around, and I'm like, where are you in the most pain right now?
Stop touching me, turtle. Where's your scar? And he kind of like puts his right arm, because his left arm is kind of broken, but he kind of puts his right arm like near your eye, like up by your eye, like you should have some sort of a
Raph's?
scar there.
Or Leo's?
Leo's.
Okay.
And he doesn't see this. Says, "You're not the turtles, but you are the turtles. Who are you?"
I've never been accused of not being a turtle before, okay?
Yeah, that was pretty refreshing, actually. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm Leonardo. These are my brothers, Michelangelo. That's Donatello, and this is Raphael.
Why I gotta go last?
It's because the best names start with O or end with O.
It's fair.
You know it.
Always.
I never realized how left out I was before.
For the record, while this conversation's happening, I think I'm
Yeah,
like
yeah.
over at that house. I just want to say, like, I think maybe we can skip this part, but I was talking to that person for a second, and at this point in the conversation, I think I just kind of walk over, like, you guys have you been here before? Have you been to Kansas before? Because these people seem to know you already, and what's up?
This is not Kansas. This is what is Kansas? What kind of a name is that for a place?
I
What?
heard it's a place where there's like corn and soybeans, like out in the middle of nowhere. I mean, I've never stepped foot outside of the city, but like, it's the first time for everything.
No, this is not. No, Kansas. This is Shell Haven. Why would a place be called Kansas? What a stupid name for a place. Our home is called Shell Haven. That's a real name for a place.
Shell Haven. Why would it be called Shell Haven if you guys hate turtles?
Krang says, "These people, they've been tormented. They've been disturbed. Their whole lives have been destroyed. You see those fires?" And he points back to the plumes of smoke over the mountaintops. Those are the destruction that you, well, not you, but you have wrought. And so they see you as the yous that are here. And we've been fighting to try and stop you. We used to, well, it's too long of a story, but come with me.
You say you're the protector of these people?
I'm one of them.
And Leo's gonna like get under his shoulder to try to like help lift him up a little bit.
Oh yeah, I'll get on this other side of this. I'll get this broken one, okay?
So you guys are just gonna trust this dude? I mean, you know, it's Krang. It's Krang. I mean, this is the guy from, you know, World Domination. Krang.
Casey, this is Squishy Krang.
Look,
This is Squishy Krang.
I'm
My
with
name
Kelsea.
is Archbishop Krang.
Okay, that's a little.
And then I drop him.
Look, today has been, ever since we ordered pizza, things have just gone off the rails. So, you know, we just play along and see what happens. And worst case scenario, we'll just beat him up later.
Let me try something, and I'll pull out my another little device that's like a little sonar type of radar device, and I'm essentially gonna focus on it. It's like I use it to essentially cast detect evil and good to see who among us registers as good and evil. I know technically that's not really how the spell works, but I figured this was an appropriate moment to maybe use it like that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So is there any sort of a roll there, or it just does it?
No, I mean, essentially what it really does is let me know if there are creatures of a certain type, like aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead within 30 feet.
So I'll use it kind of, if you let me know if this is too much of an overreach, but I'll kind of use it as if it's like sensing like his heartbeat and like his you know, like if kind of like a lie detector a little bit to try to see if he's telling the truth or if he has intentions that are hidden away. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah, I think what I was kind of going for is along those lines, right? Like maybe it could be a way to see, like, we think we're good and like Krang is evil, but maybe this device, using it here, it'll register maybe us as evil and Krang as good from the perspective of the people in this area, you know?
Perfect. Yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, total cartoon vibes. Because, you know, the Turtles, Donnie was able to take like a dump truck and turn it into a thing that shoots manhole covers that can rip apart buildings.
Listen, that is, I watched that movie today.
I know, it's great.
That was a great movie.
So you pull that out, and it looks like Krang is absolutely telling you the truth, and there are no bad vibes. If it was like red is evil and blue is good, it's blue, maybe even a little bit green. Like that's how like Krang seems like the most like he has given his life dedicated his life to trying to fight whatever it is oppressing these people. Probably given maybe his body or more, maybe his soul, to defending the people of this town and this world.
I think this thing is broken. Guys, I think Krang might be one of the good guys.
But we're the good guys.
I think, well, is showing up as green. Maybe he's one of us.
I'm not one of you, but you haven't killed me, and we need all the help we can get. Are you coming with me or not?
Will you take us to the other protectors?
I have a real question. Does pizza exist?
What's pizza?
I want to go home.
I
want to go
immediately
home.
outstretch my arms to catch Mikey in case he faints. In case they faint.
It's like a little on the woozy side where it's just like the world shattering, like, I mean, the thing that I love so much. It's just like, just a moment.
I put a hand on Mikey's shoulder and I just say, "Hey, Mikey, I'm starting to think we're not in Kansas."
Awesome. So are you guys going to... So Krang starts walking towards that kind of flat wall that looked almost like a bunker, with that big stone door. And you see him as he walks by that metal plate he hit before. He hits it again, but he hits it twice this time. And the stone door starts to go down. So it's like a drawbridge kind of. So it starts to go down. And it's pretty quick. It's about, it's not like all the way down yet, but it's slowly opening and Krang is walking towards it.
Wow.
I follow him. I'm right behind.
Cool.
Kind of archaic.
Is everybody following?
Yeah.
I'm just going in, kind of like studying it, examining the integrity of it, feeling does it look safe before I actually step through.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it does. I won't even make you roll for that. It looks very, very it looks like the sturdiest structure in the area. And it also looks like it has kind of taken some hits. Like it has tried to be broken into a few times. You see some like scratch marks on it, like singular, almost like a blade. But it's like a very like pinpointed blade, almost like if you were to take a pencil and mark on it, but it's indented along the wall, and then it hits the ground, and it's just kind of this slab on the ground, and you see these big chains that kind of help lower it down. And Krang stands on top of the slab, and he turns around, and you guys all get onto the slab, and Krang turns around and he says, "Before we go any further, I have to let you know what you might see in here, if my thought process is correct, might be a little difficult for you to digest. You seem to react pretty fine to seeing me. Most people didn't the first time, so maybe you'll have an easier time with it."
Wait. Most people? Wait. I am so confused at what's going on.
Yeah, so you are a bad guy or you aren't a bad guy?
No, it's the way that I look. Do you see me? Do you see the
I poke
people
the
we've
belly.
been protecting? I'm a gargantuan creature made from
Yeah.
Just
pipe
like a
and...
Tuesday for us.
That's
Well,
true.
Yeah.
All
I
right,
wouldn't
well,
be hey, dude, don't be so hard on yourself, you know? Everybody looks different. That's okay.
fine. And then Krang, he starts to turn around, and right before he does, you see not his body but his brain face looks up and to the right, and then he says, and a sigh pierces his stomach, and he goes, and then he falls to his knees, and then you hear, "Not good," and then there was a light inside of the eyes of the humanoid that kind of carried Krang, and the lights go out,
no.
Oh no!
and he
Evil
falls
Raph.
to
We're
the
totally gonna
ground.
get blamed for this.
I
Roll
reach out and sorry, go ahead.
roll a perception.
Everybody?
Not 20.
Oh,
Okay.
All
right,
nice.
so-
me, I'm like, do
So
I
I'll
even
have
need
just
to roll?
because this is gonna make so much awesomeness. Raph, you're the only person who, out of the corner of your eye,
13.
you see in this tower off in the distance, you can see what looks to be another turtle. And then as soon as, like, right before you're able to make any sort of a move, you hear a doof, 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 doof coming from Krang, and he kind of crawls out of the stomach thing, and it's his brain, and he's very, like, just not having a good time. He just got stabbed, and he says, "You need to save us." And then he hits this he has a little button, let's say, and he hits a button, and it blasts you back. It's this shockwave that kind of blasts you back into this darkened area, and the door closes as you fly in with a big and you're in pitch dark, and that's where we're gonna take a break.
Oh.
Whew.
Cool.
Wild. I love it.
Insane.
So, audience, chatters, thank you so much for sticking with us in this first act, I guess, of session 1 of Turtles: The Dark Divide. We're going to take a quick 5-10 minute intermission. Depends how long it takes for us to get food and drinks. Make sure you get some food and drinks while you're at it. Make sure tips will get you to the Ko-fi link to help our awesome performers here, give them some financial rewards for their amazing gains they have given you this evening. And yes, catching up on a little bit of the chat, yes, maybe we have some evil turtles. It looks like there might be some bad turtles. Kate, you have 20,000 points. Oh man, there's gonna be turtle power every half hour. Turtle power every half hour. We're gonna take our intermission. We will be right back. Don't go anywhere. People, we're back. Like magic, we are back in the fray. A lot of stuff has happened. If you are just tuning in, or if you've skipped this far ahead later on in the viewing of it on YouTube, don't know why you would do that. Maybe just to give us the watch time. But our turtles have gone to a different world, it seems, and they have ran into a different version of Krang. If you do not know who Krang is, look it up. Krang in your Googles. Or Bing if you are a fan of the Amazing Spider-Man series with Andrew Garfield, and follow Peter Parker, what he does there, because he uses Bing for some unknown
Seriously?
reason. Yes, he uses Bing as his search engine. It's bizarre.
It's true.
So Krang...
It was really in then as like, to be an alternative.
Yes.
Yeah.
Krang got a sigh to the belly, and has been dispatched, and with his dying action has thrust our turtles back into what appeared to be a bunker of some sort, into a dark abyss. I will say, I will let everybody else know that ahead of this, that Krang, when that door shut, he went flying off it, so he did not come into the abyss with you. His body went off of the thing, just so there's not no ickiness there. And we are going to hop right back into the action. So, players, it is pitch black in this room. It sounds, the music that I have playing does not set the scene, but I'm gonna let it ride. But you can't see anything. Does anybody have dark vision, first and foremost? No? Cool.
No,
I think I asked that before. But you, yes, go ahead.
Sorry, I'll let you finish, and then I'll see if what I was going to say is relevant.
You just go ahead, because it's just pitch black. I was just going to say that it smells kind of wet.
Great, love.
It doesn't
to have
feel
made
wet,
space
but it
for
smells
that.
wet.
I'm glad that I waited for that.
I guess I should have brought a towel. Ugh.
Guys, why is everything wet in this
Everything's
place?
wet.
And I think Leo's already sat down and he's just doing like 4 second breaths where he inhales, holds, and then exhales, holds, and he just says, "Dudes, we can't see here. Let's try to figure out what we can hear here."
Well, get your shell cells.
Ooh.
Well, tell me more about that, Donnie. What are we doing?
I told you I can't figure this out.
And so, out of character, well, here, press the little button on the side. And since as the artificer have the magical tinkering option, essentially it can create light up to 5 foot radius around you.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
You know.
These are very good, Donnie.
It doesn't see, you can't see very far, but we can at least see within 5 feet, unless something is blocking the light.
I think mine took a poop.
Because it's a Tamagotchi. Great. Is there any sort of a sound that they make when they turn on, or is it just like light?
Did I program them to say turtle power when we turn these on? No, there's
totally
no sound.
totally not copyrighted sound that just goes off. That is a series of notes in a specific order.
No, it's just meant to be the visual light. So there's no auditory indicator.
Okay, cool.
So if we wanted to stealth, we could be stealthy.
Cool.
With the exception of a bright light, I guess.
So
I will say this though. I'll push my button and go boop.
I imagine Raph is just there, like on, off, on, off.
So I'll say when you say boop, Raph, there is some sort of like a reaction almost. Like it's not like you hear something coming. It's almost like something kind of like almost initiates or begins. It's hard to describe. I'm also trying to be a generous DM. But there's when you make a sound that's not like talking, just kind of like an auditory sound, and you kind of feel this like something is tries to start, but then it decides not to.
And I'm gonna boop again.
Kind of same thing, but a little less. Like,
What are you doing, Raph?
Casey,
Why are you
go
booping?
figure out what's going on.
Me? Why?
Yeah.
I can't see. Hell, my Tamagotchi.
So you are I'll say you're like in the middle of the room, so you don't really see much. It's like a 5-foot radius, right? Okay. So the ground is just like stone. It seems like it's pretty weathered. It's covered in dust and dirt. There's not much foot traffic that you can tell. So it looks like not very many people travel through this, but it's a very large room. So it's kind of odd. You do see there's like a line in a circle on the ground, almost like indented into the ground. But that's about it.
Looks like there's some circle on the ground, y'all. This might be more like a Donnie kind of thing. I mean,
Let me take a look at
If
that.
there's like a sports game or something, I can play that. You know, you need me to throw some balls or something, I can do that. But
Balls.
And my drone will come over as well to join me.
Perfect. As your drone goes, bzzz, 3 lights turn on.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. So you can kind of, Donnie, since your power of deduction is very strong, you notice that it was your drone when the propellers kind of start up. There's like a, and so it was like a clicking or any sort of like a snapping or thud or whatever was like the cue to turn on the lights here. So there's 3 light sources, and they pretty much light up the entire room. And you see there are 2 circles in the middle of this room, and then there's like one smaller one and then a bigger one. And then on the bigger one, there are 4 smaller circles on the bigger one. And then in the middle one, it's like this with like a small hole in the center. So it looks almost like it's probably like this big around, like that, like this. That's the size of like 2 hands, like this around in the middle. And it's about 2 feet deep of a hole. And then the other circles are indented on the ground.
Dan's got the right
Thank you,
idea.
Dan.
Hey, Dan, after you draw that, you put it up and show me, please.
So fun fact
Yeah,
about
I need
I
to
only
see
got through
that.
half of it when I realized, I should probably draw a
Yeah,
picture.
I
Yeah.
heard circles.
I was like, there's a
and-
circle and there's another circle with a circle, and I'm like, I
This is a
should
puzzle.
write this down.
Shit.
I mean,
Write
I'm
that
picturing
down.
it like a compass rose almost.
Almost, yeah. And it's like there's like a north, east, south,
Yeah.
and west, but they're like circles of their own,
Right.
kind of connected by a larger circle. And then there's a circle in the middle with another tiny dot, almost like a bullseye. And that's what.
quick,
And then
Any coloration?
there is. So the ground is brown stone, kind of indescript.
Gotta-
Yeah. There's 4. There's 4
There's
outer
4?
circles.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't 3, 4 math.
Yes, like that, Kelsey.
Yeah.
I drew it really little for no reason. Okay.
I drew it so
There's a lot of
small so it would be
circles.
as the least helpful possible.
I didn't know if you were gonna add on more. I wanted to make sure I had plenty of room.
And so
Looks
there's
really small though.
on one side of the room. On one side of the room, there's the door that threw you in here. On the other side of the room, there's this large steel-plated door that looks like if you were to find like a Fallout bunker, that's what it looks like. It looks like it's been like obviously not the same quality because from what you've been able to tell, this is kind of more of an archaic civilization you're in. So it's not like the same, like the metal's not as smooth and everything doesn't flow as well together, but it could withstand a big amount of force.
So there's something behind in front of me and there's something else behind me. Is there something on either side of me?
On either side of you
is
it's just like ground.
Okay.
So there's not just like it's open dirt or whatever, but it's just like a generic.
And does this symbol or iconography mean anything to me? Can I deduct anything from it?
It is kind of covered in dirt and mud. So it kind of looks like 2 circles with other circles.
You said there's an opening that's like 2 feet deep in the middle?
Yes.
I stick my bow staff in there and jiggle it.
Okay, so you stick your bow staff in there and you feel.
Well, sorry. First, I tap the underside of my drone of Zora, and I guess whatever animates Zora a little bit lights up the end of my staff, essentially kind of casting light, and I put it down there to see if I can see anything down there.
You can't really see.
Rad.
You can't really see anything. It kind of just looks like the bottom of a hole from where
Okay.
you're at. It looks like there might be a little bit of room on the sides of the bottom of the hole, almost like maybe a button, kind of, possibly.
It looks like there might be something down there that we might be able to press, but my staff is not going to do the job.
It's not going to do the job. It looks perfectly fit for your staff, right?
Well, let me give it a try, and I'll try and tap whatever that button might be.
So you tap the button and it kind of gives a little bit, but it seems like there is something that is kind of keeping it in place, and it seems to be coming from wherever those circles or whatever, as if there's like pins, maybe, possibly, that are kind of like holding it in there. So it seems like you press down a little bit and then things kind of grab it, and then
Yeah.
it definitely doesn't go all the way in the way it's intended to.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, and I see that, and I just say, well, I say, Donnie, do you think these 4 corners, do you think these are platforms?
It's hard to tell. It could be a map. It could be a really complicated lock. Maybe there's 5 of us, 5 circles. Maybe if we all press on some part of this, it'll activate something.
Yeah, let me
with
try
Raph.
it. And I
Let's
just like,
try it.
I do one. Thank you. Could you hear me in Ryan's microphone?
I could. It works, yeah. So I just say 4
I
circles,
wouldn't
4
normally
brothers,
advise
and a
this.
Casey.
I normally wouldn't advise pressing strange buttons, but this might do the trick.
And right in the middle of him saying I wouldn't normally advise, I just pummel mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what else are we supposed to do? We're kind of like stuck in here.
Cool. So you each go to one of the circles on the outer side. I will say, who goes to what circle?
Are they different at all?
So the ones on the outer side look like they are circles lining a large circle. The
Yeah.
inner circle just looks like a line.
So I mean, but like when you ask which circle do we go to, is there a way for us to differentiate or tell you?
I got numbers.
I go to the left one, or you know what I mean? Like is
Either
there-
if do you go to an outer circle or the inner circle?
I see. Okay.
Ah.
And I'll just
Outer.
assume, yeah, if you say an outer,
Leo goes north to the
Okay.
north circle.
I'll go east.
Dark Plane redeemed, turtle power. So you have
Turtle
advantage on
power.
all
Turtle power,
skill checks
turtle power,
through the rest of this
power.
puzzle solving.
Turtle power. They are heroes.
Thank God. Thank you, Dark Plane, because we were like,
Dark.
what?
I'm staying in the center with my staff stuck in this hole.
Okay.
And
Shouldn't
I
be
think
so
the rest of
funny.
us are going to the 4 outer circles.
So the rest of you are at the 4 outer circles, and are you just standing on them? Or are you what are you
Pushing
doing?
them.
Pushing
Did you
them?
say? Yeah, wasn't it like a little denty?
Yes. So they're a
Mhm.
little like a dent in the floor, almost
Al
like a
dente.
Oh,
no.
concave area.
Does it look shell shaped?
Yeah. That's...
As you bend down to turn these things, you brush off some of the dirt, and it looks like a very specific shell print in the ground.
Oh.
I'd recognize my own shell any day. And so I go to the one that looks the most like mine.
How
Okay.
would you recognize your own shell?
I always
Oh.
do all of those mud baths, and then I get up and I can see it.
That's you? You're the reason there's all this mud caked on my devices?
How do you think I keep my skin this fresh?
That's true. It is looking pretty fresh today.
Dewy. And it's not because this weird moist atmosphere.
It's. I don't even want to think about the moist. It's like that time when the Tuttle partially flooded and everything was kind of wet.
Yeah. And everything smelled real mildewy forever.
Okay.
Leo just says,
so-
brothers, focus.
Okay.
So I don't got a shell.
Yep. Sorry, man.
Casey, are you
which-
comfortable going into the center?
I guess. I mean, I don't. Like, yeah, sure, yes, yeah, I can do that.
Well, maybe your hockey stick could work in where my staff was going.
Ooh, I got something better, and I pull out my golf club.
Cool. So y'all are roll an investigation check to see if you pick, or perception maybe, to see if you mainly want to see if you pick the right shell hole.
And we have advantage
Yes, you have advantage.
thanks to Darky Larpy.
Yes.
Oh.
And you don't need me, right? I obviously
Not
picked
yet.
the right
No, not
place to be.
Not yet, Casey.
Well, did you pick the right stick?
Ooh, good question.
Oh my god.
We could pick between the two.
17.
We pick between
17?
perception and.
yeah, pick whatever
Okay,
you
I'm
want.
gonna pick perception because I'm better at it.
Okay.
Thank you for
Oh,
that
then it's a dirty
advantage.
20.
Dirty
That's
20,
24.
24.
If it wasn't an advantage, it would have been another natural one, but thankfully we had it, so it's 18 investigation.
And Raph?
10.
10. All right, so luckily the other turtles rolled well enough. They find theirs, and so you're just like,
Raph.
yeah, I know my shell.
Yeah.
I told you.
like this, like just spinning, like trying to look at it.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of
Like
sense.
like a dog chasing their tail.
Yeah, exactly.
Mikey's like very excited and like is like prepping like a little like b-boy spin to like line the
Cute,
shell
cute,
up
cute.
perfectly.
So good.
Awesome. And then, so you all lay in there, and I'll just say, because you're obviously, as you get settled, it seems like you need to roll to the right, to kind of like do like a
Roll
spin.
to the left.
Take it back now, y'all.
And you turn to the right, and you hear a as if something has happened. Casey, what do you do?
It sounds like maybe it's like a locking mechanism, maybe, or something. And should I push the button? Hey guys, should I push the button?
Yeah.
Are you sure, Donnie? Because it's not gonna like shock me or something.
I can't promise that. I just don't like feeling exposed like this.
Yeah. Okay. Here goes nothing. I draw my golf club, which is just like the butt end of it.
Uh-huh.
What kind of club is it?
It's a 9 iron. I don't know. I don't know golf. I don't know golf.
And if there's distance enough for me to kind of reach out, I'll just maybe like quickly grab you by the forearm and like look over and be like, you got this. And so you have guidance. If you have to make a roll, you can add a d4 to it.
You're a little too far away, so you're probably about 20 feet away.
Then my drone will do it, because I can do touch spells through the drone.
Yeah.
Cool.
And you also have a advantage on anything as well, Justin. So
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm just gonna push the button. So you tell me if I need to roll something.
cool. So you push the golf club down in, and you hear a, and then Casey is destroyed by a laser beam. No, he's not.
Remember me.
But you hear a very satisfying, ding, and then the door opens. It looked like it was gonna open up, but instead, as though some force outside of something you've ever encountered before, almost like it's magic, this door just starts to part in the middle. There was no part there before, but now there is, and it starts to open up from the middle. And you see, Casey, roll me a dex save.
With advantage.
Yes, with advantage.
Okay. Dex save. That's gonna be a 23.
Perfect. So you are able to see it in time, and it's almost like slow motion, like bullet time. You see a knife, almost like a blade, a straight blade, with like a curved end, come flying by your face, and you kind of dodge out of the way, and it sticks into the back wall, and it almost just looks like a straight piece of metal coming out of the wall. And then you look forward and you see what appears to be Shredder in front of you with an outstretched hand, and he has shot that blade off of a gauntlet that came blasting at you. And he says, "Turtles."
That's a good voice. Keep going.
What do y'all do?
I immediately try. I wiggle myself back upright.
Okay.
I would no longer like to be vulnerable on my back.
Did that blade just fly past north? Did it go over me?
Yeah, it went like right over top of you, but it was high enough it didn't hit you or anything, like because you were on your back.
Okay, because I have a move I wanted to use.
Oh.
I knew it, yours
Oh,
too.
Yeah,
Deflect
okay,
missiles.
okay.
I wanted to deflect missiles.
Okay, let's try it. I'll retcon it
Okay.
because that'd be badass. Yeah.
Dope monk.
Yeah, and so he's gonna I think he's gonna use his ninjato, and he's just gonna like do this and try to catch it
Cool.
like in the middle.
Yeah. What do you have to roll for that?
Oh.
Or it just happens?
Do I?
Reaction.
Use your reaction to deflect or catch. When you do so, the damage you take from the attack is reduced. So it's more like as a defense thing.
Okay.
But hell, I'll use a key for that because I think that's fun.
Sweet. Cool. So you catch the blade out of the air. In the middle of your things, and I'm gonna just like add a little bit of extra flair, and it's not gonna do any damage to you, because you've like chosen to get in the way of it. But you like catch it in there, and then you like break the blade in half, and it like snaps, and he says, "You're not our turtles."
And I hop up and I say, "And you're not our Shredder."
I will defend this city with everything I have. If you
Wait,
want to
wait,
fight,
wait.
it's a fight you'll get.
And I say, "We don't want to fight you."
As I pull my golf club, and I'm like, yeah. Oh.
Oh, I think this is another like good guy parallel universe situation.
Yeah, I have a feeling that we might be the bad guys.
Oh no, we're good guys.
You
There's
are
like some
not
turtles
the
here
good
that aren't.
guys. You
Well-
are the bad guys.
Okay.
Hey, Shredder, do you recognize me?
No, I can't say I do.
Son of a bitch. You know,
do
I
you
know
live?
it.
Do you
And-
live in Shellhaven?
No, I'm from. Look, never mind.
Oh.
It's not even worth it.
I'm sorry.
And Leo turns on his shell phone and he says, "Do you recognize us? Are we your turtles? I don't have a scar here. Am I your Leonardo?"
I would know that scar. I gave it to you.
It seems like things have gotten a little mixed up here. We're trying to make things right for ourselves, but it also seems like there's some danger that the people here are going through,
Yeah,
and they
like
think it was us.
Yeah, like their lack of pizza and the hate of turtles.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? It sounds like you got a turtle problem. And you know who the best ones to fix the turtle problem are? Turtle solvers. Shit. I ran out of it, man, but I am here to help.
Quick question.
You started
for the
strong there.
DM.
I like it.
Yes, Justin.
So okay, real quick, just the doors parted from in a magical way that didn't make sense. Shredder's standing in. Where is he? Is he like? Is it like a? Does it look like it leads to another
Yes.
place in the
yes.
world?
So the door is opened like enough for a person to get through.
Okay.
And then there's like probably maybe 20-foot hallway, and then it seems like it opens up into a very large area.
Cool.
Um,
Okay.
and so so Shredder kind of puts his hands down, and he like does one of these, and his gauntlets go up into his clothing, and he's wearing like this long black robe, and he has this kind of the Shredder mask thing on, and he grabs here, and he takes the mask off, and he just looks like a normal dude. Just looks like a regular guy. There's no.
You're just a guy.
Where are your scars at?
Where am I? What?
You like your scars, you know, Shredder. You get cut all the time. You get
I don't get cut.
It's a real Doctor Doom thing.
No, I'm too quick to get cut. Either that or your counterparts are a little too slow to cut me.
He's cocky. I like him.
Hey. Just because they're bad guys, I mean, they might be a little like us. Take it easy there. That's what they're talking about.
Purple
I mean,
one?
no, we're not, Ben.
You have no idea what your kind in our world have brought upon us.
How many turtles you got here?
Wow, that's a big generalization. Let's be careful on the York kind. Look, we haven't hurt you.
I have
Don't
only
make
seen
us.
4 large turtles before, and what they have done is not something that should be laughed about.
Wow.
They've killed thousands.
What the hell?
Hey, we're
What the
pretty good in
shell?
this world.
Come with
Yeah.
me. And Shredder turns and starts to walk down the hallway.
I go with him.
And I go with him too, and I say, Urukusaki, Krang just tried to lead us here. What can you do to help me trust that you're not going to lead us into another space like that?
Another space like what?
A place where you might get killed.
If I die, I die. I'll give my life fighting for this kingdom.
Wow,
my
everyone's
kingdom.
really intense here.
But Shredder, don't you think that if Krang has died and if you die, who's going to be left to protect?
There are
The
others.
people.
There are
Ooh, hey.
always the people.
Hey, Krang. I mean, hey, Shredder. I mean, what do you go by?
Shredder. It's fine.
Okay. Hey, Shredder.
King Shredder.
King. Oh, wow.
Oh.
We're in the presence
shit,
of
you're a king?
royalty. Okay.
I'm not going to say that.
I met
my lord.
an
Oh,
archbishop,
whoa.
and now a king.
Yeah, we've got a lot of titles now. Okay. So, anyway, my liege, do you guys have a big rat here?
We unfortunately do.
Oh, you got a bad sensei?
Well, he used to be. But he's slowly trying to gain back our trust. Come with me.
Oh, yeah.
And he walks
Alright.
down
And-
the hallway.
Yeah, I think that's enough for Leo to go along.
Cool.
Follow as well.
So you all
Yeah.
follow him down the way. And I don't know if I have any good music for this, so we might just be in silence for this, which is fine. So you walk down this hallway, and it opens up to this huge, a much larger space than you would ever have thought to be down here. It's cavernous and large. There are probably hundreds of people. Up top, it seemed like all the people up top were very like well equipped. They seemed like fighters, very like strong. They were outfitted to be rough and tumble. The people down here seem more like regular townsfolk, just regular old people who are trying to live their lives. Nobody's really dressed to the nines. Everybody's just kind of in regular clothes, doing their best to survive. Almost like this is like a safe place for the non-combatants. And Shredder walks by, and as you follow him, there's kind of a large path that kind of goes down the middle. On the right and the left, you'll see, there's a couple of like kind of like market stands. There's not like commerce happening. People aren't like trading or buying and selling. It's just like, people who have goods for people. Maybe there's some bandages, medical supplies. There's, it's kind of like it's a commune area. There's some food and stuff. And Mikey, I see, is interested in the food.
I smell food.
Yes.
What do you eat if you don't eat pizza?
We eat whatever we can find at this point. Mainly, it's a lot of root vegetables. We have some cattle that live in the back that give us dairy. We don't eat meat.
He just starts to cry a little bit.
I'm sorry for your loss. And as he walks, he says, as you see, we don't have anything anymore. Everything you see before you is what the people of this world have left. The turtles have taken everything from us. They have destroyed our lands, and they are destroying it even further now. I wish that I could have stopped them, but I believe that we were strong enough to withstand anything.
Shredder, do you
Yes.
understand what their motivation is?
All too well I do. This land, this world used to be a utopia. We lived for each other. We were a community, living in harmony. I worked hard to make sure no one felt left out. No one felt oppressed. No one felt unheard. We were thriving. And there was someone who disagreed with that, who thought there should be more order, that you should get more if you give certain things. Splinter. And I cast him out. The worst mistake I've ever made. I thought if I cut off the head, the snake would die, but instead he grew 4 sons.
That's
Wait.
quite a biological anomaly.
Does that mean? Yeah, it was like, yeah. Where's Casey? Are you not in this story?
Yeah, I just wanted to, so you don't. I'm not like some crazy bad archduke or something like that. Like the turtles are like, knights of the evil castle, and you probably just missed me, right? Because I'm probably
your-
like their number one
What's your name?
liaison. Casey Jones.
Not
Casey.
ringing a
He
bell.
uses payphones, likes to carry a lot of coins.
I probably have some different name in this world or something like that. It's probably something really badass, like the skull,
Yeah.
the skull crusher or something.
Yeah, it's
Anyway,
probably
It,
something.
it sounds like you're just a guy.
I can't be right. So do you know how we got here though? Because we was just hanging out, and then there was this goop, and it sucked us in. Well, that's how I don't know how you guys fell into the goop or came in. I don't know what happened.
I tried to save you.
Thank you for that.
Zora
I think it's safe
tried
to
capture
assume-
some of it.
I think it's safe to assume that we were all pulled in here through the same goop, Casey.
Yeah, but like, why the goop? You guys got goop here?
Goop. There it
well,
is.
there is a place, a
It's a
tower.
goopy place.
We've not been able to infiltrate it, but from the ground, a few folks have been able to scout out. They've been able to see bright lights coming from the top of it, and they've noticed some phenomena that they cannot explain with the science or the magic that we have.
Where
I
is
can
this
help.
tower?
Is it a goopy tower? Like, what does that have to do with us?
Well, I've overheard, or our scouts have overheard the turtles calling it the Tubular Tower.
Oh, it's probably totally tubular.
Yeah, that sounds rad.
That definitely sounds like us.
Yes, it is a few miles due southeast of here.
Well, do you need some help trying to decipher anything?
Decipher what? We have nothing. I don't think you're understanding the situation. If Krang is dead, Shell Haven no longer has a protector on the soil. We are
That's
all
what we were
that's
trying to say
left.
earlier.
Wait, okay. I think we can fix this. We can fix this. We'll just kill ourselves. Like, not us. We'll kill the versions of us that are here, the evil versions of us. But maybe we'll like beat them up and ask them how we got here first, and then we'll just go home. Well,
Oh,
get rid of them,
no,
and then we'll go
we
home.
can stay here, and you can make us like dukes
Oh,
and
we
like
could be like
duchesses and
knights.
shit.
They could like yeah, we
Yeah.
get titles.
Mikey, Raph, we don't kill. That's not what heroes do.
And also, I don't want to stay here.
And
We have
then-
our world to go back to, but I think what has to happen is a battle of some sort. But Shredder, you knew Splinter. Do
I
you know
still
if
do.
Splinter is? Where is Splinter?
And you hear from to your right, there is a doorway, and you hear a kind of tapping, like a metallic tapping on stone, coming towards you.
I immediately look over.
Oh my gosh, no! I need to look at my notes. And so you hear this tapping on the stone coming towards you, and as you look over, you see a figure that looks like your sensei, your father figure, like Splinter. And as he comes into the light,
Master Splinter.
the first thing that you see is normally he has like a wooden cane of some type, which is what you thought this was, but it's actually his arm. So his arm is cut off on the forearm, and replaced with it is a long spear, and he's using that spear to walk because he has a limp in his right leg, and you also see that his tail is cut off at he only has about a quarter of his tail left, and he looks pretty bad. He looks really, really rough. He's been through it. His fur is matted. He doesn't look older than the Splinter that you knew. He actually looks younger. He looks like he should be in the prime of his life, but he's just been so destroyed. And he walks up to you and he says, "It's good to see you."
Master Splinter. Who did this to you?
You did.
Sensei, we would never do something like this to you.
Well, you did. He does look ratty. Somebody in the chat said, "Does he look ratty?" He does look ratty. Sumkey, he does look
Are you
ratty.
hurt? Do you need some help? And I'll go
I-
up and try like assessing if there's anything that I could tend to in the moment.
Oh, my boy. You cannot help me. I should
What
have
do you
been
mean?
the one to help you.
You always
Okay.
help us.
Yeah, I am. Okay, so if we're evil here, but you're here, then why aren't you also evil?
Wait, is there another sensei here that's like, okay? And then you're like, this is just like fine?
Take a seat, boys. And this seems very familiar to the four of you.
Yeah.
This has happened multiple times where it's definitely it's so weird because it feels like he's talking to you the same way that the Splinter you have all grown up with talks to you, but there's something just defeated about him. So it's kind of this odd moment that you're having of this feels normal, and it's like you're kind of going through the motions. It's almost like you're back home, but everything is wrong. So he tells you to take a seat.
I drop down and sit kind of I don't know if cross-legged. I have my bow, and I'm also gonna, I guess, have my remote control in one hand, and I'm gonna kind of send Zora to do a little scouting while we're having this little story time.
Okay. And Splinter notices that, and he kind of gives you like a nod, as like, "That's my boy. That's what Donatello would do." Cool.
I have that proud daddy's boy smile.
I sit down like off to the side a little bit, lurky and grouchy, because I'm a little irritated that I'm not getting any attention.
Mikey just like, it's like we're back in the tunnels in New York, just plops right down, kind of splays out like pretty like it's like normal. Like, yeah, this is what we do. We're just in a new place. It's fine.
Casey leans against the wall, very unsure to even trust this splinter.
Yeah, just brooding like
Mhm.
Casey Jones does. Leo.
And Leo, I think he's not cross-legged. I think he's down just with both knees forward and just like bowing his head to take all of this in forward.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So Splinter says, a long time ago, this place was better. It was thriving. There was peace. And I was different. Most people treated me well, but some people looked at me as though I didn't belong. Nobody acted on it. I wasn't hurt from it, but I felt it. And I thought that changes should be made. I noticed that I could do more work. I was stronger than others. I was more physically fit. And in the society that was Shell Haven, that didn't count for much. If you were able to do your job, that's all that mattered. And I felt like I deserved more. And so when I brought this to King Shredder's attention, he cast me out and sent me into the mountains. And I found a cave there with 4 creatures. What I guess we ended up calling turtles. Inside of the cave there was some substance, an ooze, if you would. You know,
Like a goop?
Yeah, like a goop, yes. Yes.
Okay.
There was a goop, and I experimented with it. My brain was better than other people. I'm trying here to not make it ridiculous, but it's a turtle story, so it kind of has to be. And I quickly found the properties of this enhanced my being. And after running a few diagnostic tests, I found that my blood contained some of this ooze. I used that ooze to enhance the 4 beings I had found in the mountain, who turned out to be what I would call my sons. Raph, Donnie, Mikey, and Leo.
Thank you. See, I'm supposed to be listed first. Okay, keep going.
Why would you be listed first? Your name doesn't even start with the first letter of the
It's
alphabet.
the unique one. It makes
If
sense to say the
anything,
unique
Donnie
one
should be
and get it out of the
Boys.
way.
Boys, quiet. And he kind of like has a little smile from that, as if it like reminds him of a better time. And he says, "It looks like the sensei in your world has done a better job than me. I succumbed to my anger, to my vengeance, and I taught my sons that their job was to do my bidding, that they were better than others, that they deserved more, and that they should take what they deserved. And they got to a point that I could not control them any longer. And when I came back out of the mountain, we laid waste to Shell Haven. Quickly, King Shredder mounted an attack, but they were not ready for what came to them. War is not something this world has ever seen. And as I saw the world become what it was starting to become, I tried to fight back. Donnie, my sight. And this is the first time that you've noticed that he's not been looking you in the eyes. He's kind of been looking towards you. And maybe before you thought maybe he didn't want to look you in the eyes because that was too difficult, but now it's very clear that he cannot see. And Mikey, you didn't hurt me. The only one.
You mean two, of course.
Who are
sure.
you?
He's just a guy.
Casey, I'm so sorry, but I think you're just a guy.
Casey. Oh.
You probably
Casey.
just you haven't met me
James
yet.
Casey.
This is
Wait,
Casey
what?
Jones.
James
He's been
Casey. Oh, Casey Jones.
James Casey? Who's
I know
James
it's
Casey
James.
though? That could be me.
Casey is the middle name. James Casey Garfield.
I don't think that's you, man.
That's it's probably me. No, he's like a badass guy.
No, he was a stone.
He's like a
mason.
war hero. Okay.
No,
There's
he
nothing
died.
wrong with
He
hard
was the
work,
first
okay?
to die.
A stone.
Oh damn!
Does he carry
First to
sporting
die.
equipment, Master?
Master Splinter, this is Casey Jones, a fierce and staunch ally that's fought with us for a very long time.
Yeah, thank you, Don. Thank you, Donnie. So of course, I'm sure that there's you. You know what? It's fine. It's you probably just haven't. I'm probably off in a different part of what's the name of this world, by the way?
This
Like-
world.
Like the planet.
Just like the place we're in. Is this called Shellhaven? I didn't know if there was
Like
some other
Just
Earth
word.
call
Delta.
it Shell. There are no reasons for other names. We are.
Okay.
We were
It's like a
this-
town. It's like a town.
This is Shredder. Sorry. There are no reasons for other names. We were completely united. We had no reasons to be divided.
Gotcha. So Shellhaven is the name of the kingdom,
Yes.
not the
Why
town.
was it named Shellhaven before our counterparts arrived?
This
Why
could
does
be
there
a
have to be a
haven.
reason for it?
There's probably
This could be a
seashells or
haven
something,
for people
Leo.
with shells. Like,
I apologize.
let's make it a
senseis.
haven again.
Look, hey, Casey.
Let's not
think
think
of it this
too
way.
far into the
Casey,
name.
think of it this way. You don't have an evil counterpart to fight. Hey.
Master Splinter, is April O'Neil here?
Yeah.
Oh yes. She
What?
was.
Wait, there's an April?
Oh shit!
Are you kidding me?
April was the most
His
fearsome
name was a lot.
warrior. Yes.
Yeah.
She held a throne. I don't want to say throne because we weren't that kind of kingdom, that kind of thing, but she had a chair.
I'm gonna go grab some food if you guys want. I'm gonna grab some food. I'll be back.
And held a lot of sway with the people. She helped many people in the onset of the war, but she perished, saving a group of orphans from an orphanage. And they all got out safely, and she perished in the flames. Ah, Casey. April. Sorry. I'm confused trying to play this joke. And then Splinter says, I don't wish it because they are my sons, but they must be stopped. And if you are able to stop them, you might be able to at least start to bring back peace to our world. Now, it is not your duty to do so, as you will have your own world to protect, I hope. Yes, my son.
About that, like, we're
So he's
kinda
got like
here.
senses for days to be able to like sense.
Oh, yeah.
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 Okay.
He
Yeah, so
raised the
we're
hand,
like,
so-
we're like here, but we have our own world. How do we get home? Nope, I'm not saying like, oh yeah, your problems, whatever. I do want to go back to a place that has pizza.
Has this happened before? Have there been other visitors from other timelines, other areas of the multiverse?
Not necessarily. We haven't had any living beings come through, but we have seen other resources come from the top of the tubular tower that we have no name for. We cannot track back to any source in our world. So we assume that the turtles are working on some sort of a gateway, possibly, because
That might
we
be
are
the answer,
out of
Mikey.
resources in our world.
That might be the answer then, Mikey. We got to find that tower.
And then Shredder says, Splinter, that's enough. You should go lie down. Because Splinter has been, getting a little bit more shaky as he's been standing and talking and stuff.
And Leo stands up to like help him or walk him, whatever needs to be done. And he says, the Splinter from our world taught us to help however we can. And you are no exception, Sensei.
Oh, I am so glad to hear that. And then Splinter kind of brushes you off and says, I'll be fine on my own. You have more important battles to fight. And starts heading back to what you assume is probably his room. And then Shredder kind of stands and says, the way that we've mapped it out, the main sanctum, as they call it, is in the mountains behind you, where you saw, I assume, the fires. Maybe heard the screams. I don't know if there's many screams to be had from that area. The tubular tower is directly due southeast, around 2 miles from here. Can't believe you didn't see it as you were coming in, but I assume if you rushed in and met Krang, maybe you needed to get in here fast. That's really the only 2 points of interest in the surrounding area that might do any good to you. Our time is limited.
Okay. Well, if it's only like a few miles southeast of here, I mean, once we get back to the surface, I'm guessing that it'll take like a little bit, like maybe like an hour to get there. It'll be super fast. We'll do it. We'll take care of it. We'll go home. We'll bring pizza back. You guys feel like you need a pizza party or something.
Okay. Cool. And then so Splinter says, well, we don't have fighters to spare. And as long as you're here and willing, we'll take all the help we can get. And Splinter motions to the side.
Shredder?
And, yes, Shredder. Sorry. Oh my gosh. So from now I'm all flustered. So he motions from the side, does one of these like kind of come hither things, and you see a teenage kid run up. And if we're looking at the live action canon, this is the pizza delivery kid. Danny comes running up. I think his name was Danny. I didn't write it down.
You just brought us some pizzas.
It doesn't matter. The kid from the second movie, right?
Are
Yes.
you talking about Kino?
Kino.
Kino.
Yes.
Kino.
Kino!
Yes. Kino, it looks like Kino. He comes running up, and he has a bag, and he hands it out to you, Leo. And he looks very, very scared as he walks up. And Shredder says, Kino, now that I know his name. He was just going to call him Boy. But he says, Kino, you are safe with these turtles. They are good. And Kino gives a little like nod, and then he hands the bag to you, Leo.
And he takes it and he says, thank you, Kino. And he opens the bag.
And inside are, for lack of a better term, there are 8 potions. They're healing potions, if you want to put this in your inventory. They're healing potions that when drank, it'll take a turn to drink. When drank, they will give you 10 HP. So if you want to put that in your inventory, there are 8 of them.
I'm going to sacrifice 1 to give to Casey. Is Casey still eating food around town?
Yeah, well, I mean, I was. Is there actually a way for me to get out of this place and actually get to town? I mean, ideally, I left, but I didn't know if that was actually a possibility.
I just thought
right?
you were looking around for food.
I'll jump back to you.
Okay, great,
Kelsea.
great.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's not really anywhere to go, so I assume you're probably just kind of walking around, wandering around.
Okay.
Cool. So you have those, and you can divvy those up amongst each other. Again, y'all are the Ninja Turtles, so y'all share everything and have crazy abilities. So that was kind of my DM way to give you some sort of a boost, since y'all don't have like spells and stuff, because you're just regular.
We're just regular
turtles.
Teenage Mutant Ninja
Just
Turtles.
regular turtles.
You're run of the mill.
Just a turtle. Just a guy.
So Shredder says those should help you, hopefully. If you come with me, I will let you out. I won't be able to go with you because I have to stay here and protect my people. But I can open the door so you can exit.
Is there any debris around? Like
Debris.
metal scraps and stuff that I could like put in my bag?
Yeah, there are. I'll say that there's. I won't make you like roll an investigation for that or anything. I'll just say, you find some metal scraps here and there. Maybe there's a not a shopkeep because there are no shops, but there's probably like a box filled with just kind of random stuff they've scavenged from the structures around the area. So there's probably a few little pieces of iron, metal that you can grab.
Mikey like kind of like slowly like raises his hand.
Yes, you don't need to raise your hand.
I'm just like wondering, can we like not? I feel like there's a time element, but also, can we like just chill for like a little bit? Because that was a lot of information.
Yes, we can chill for a little bit. And do you need something to eat? Do you just want to take like a short rest?
Yeah, I'm just asking for the short rest.
Cool. Yeah. So I'll say that y'all can take like an hour to just kind of chill out here, talk to some of the folks here in the area, and in this time I'll kind of jump to Kelsea. Kelsea, what are you doing?
I think Kelsea left and he went down to the town and I think he started asking people. He was like, "Hey, do you know me?"
Are you Tremarius? The woodworker Tremarius?
Nope. Okay, moving on to the next person and just continuing in that way.
And then as you're walking by, I could have sworn that was Tremarius. What?
And then eventually I will find some food. And if I see like potatoes and stuff, I'm gonna start trying to like talk to like the cook and try to teach them how to make like poutine fries, basically. That's my goal. So that's what I'll probably be doing when the turtles come down.
Okay. So cool. So I'll say that the cook is kind of like towards the front, and that's why Mikey smelled food when you walked in, because we'll just we'll place that there. And the hour has passed now, so everybody take a short rest. Use your hit dice if you need to. That's great.
That's literally. I was just like, I wonder if because I'm like, I want my key point back. I want my hit dice.
Sure. I'll say whatever y'all need to do in this short rest to get rested up. I know we probably don't have time for like a long rest, and we're doing a 2-day one shot. So if you didn't see it in intermission or at the beginning, this the second part of this series, this limited mini series here on Ghostlight RPGs, will come to its epic conclusion tomorrow at 7:30. But before then, we will come to the conclusion of tonight's episode. So you all have taken your rest. You've recouped key points or health as you need to. Does anybody else need to do anything before departing? Yes, Donnie.
I've taken the metal scraps that I found I haven't really spoken since Splinter was sharing the story of what we did to him, or these versions did to him,
Mhm.
and the story that he shared about April. And I've taken that time to kind of do what I think is a way to try and ingratiate ourselves with the people, or try and like undo the hurt that we've caused. I don't know, but
Yeah.
I'm a battlesmith artificer, so I've taken this time to create my steel defender, which is essentially a replica of April. So April 2, like a statue, a walking statue of April.
Yes.
Wild. I love it.
Yeah, and I'll say too, just because to add some flavor, as you're doing this, there is an older person who comes up and kind of sees what you're doing and kind of walks around slowly and sees that you're like kind of putting things together, and you're being very like technical with it, and you're being very precise with your movements. And it's like they're studying what you're doing. And halfway through, you kind of like notice, like you've noticed they were there because you're, a ninja turtle. So you're like aware of your surroundings. So you like see them out of the corner of your eye.
And Zora's also been scouting, so it's kind of giving me the heads up too.
Right. And then this person kind of takes their hands and starts moving them, and it's almost as if you start kind of working together to build whatever it is you're building. And so they're kind of working with you to infuse, if you were to dare say it, a little bit of magic into this April 2.0.
Wow. This was just meant to be a statue, but what are you doing? What is that? Who are you?
They don't say anything. They just kind of are helping kind of guide it, and they're kind of letting you do most of the work, Donnie. So you're kind of doing the construction, and it's like you're maybe programming it a little bit and adding some characteristics to it. But this person is almost like they're infusing like a soul with it.
Yeah, I see what you're doing there. And I grab some wires and try and like twist the exposed parts of the wires in response to what they're doing. And I see like the eyes light up, or I see an arm start to twitch and move, and like, yeah, we're onto something.
Yes. Cool. And so that goes on, and then by the time it's done, the person who's been helping you just kind of puts their hand on your shoulder and gives a nod, and then walks away and kind of like disappears back into the group of people that were there.
And I just look back at the girls like, we've seen Stranger.
So you start to walk towards the exit, and you see Kelsea. Kelsea is trying very hard to get this cook to let him help. And the cook is
all I'm saying, it's so the process, again, it's called air frying. You don't even need
I don't know
oil,
who you are.
I
don't know who you are. I don't know where you came from.
No, I know.
The resources we have are so small, and you want me to make something that is not going to be as nutritious with these potatoes? You're calling them potatoes. We don't call them that. These are ground lumps. They're ground lumps, you idiot. Leave me alone and let me feed my people.
All right. Sorry, jeez. Enjoy
is
your
he
ground
with you?
lumps.
Is he with you? And he points at let's say it's Raph. He points at Raphael. Is he with you?
No, I don't know him. I don't even know him.
Get away from my station.
I punched Raph in the shoulder, and I just say, "Yes, he's with us."
So you're supposed to be the nice one, and now you're hitting me.
God, just want some poutine fries. They got the ground lumps here. Are we ready to go? Can we go?
And
hey, this place sucks.
And I think on our way past ground lump salesman, I'm trying to think of if I have anything. I have some calligraphy supplies, and I just want to say, it may help to have a menu here for people to read. Can you use these?
A pen and ink and paper?
It's a paintbrush, but yes.
Oh, a paintbrush? Do you think I can't write?
I'm asking if you write.
I do.
If I give you these, will you give us some food for our journey?
I can just give you some food. You don't need to give me anything. That's not really how it works here. We help people who need help, not because they've given us something in return. Do you need food?
We do need some food for the journey.
And he looks at Casey and says, well, then why didn't you just say that?
No, I don't want ground lumps. I'm gonna go over to the freaking the red ball table. I don't know what turnips are called. What do you call turnips here? What do you call turnips?
Turnips. Fine. Here, take some ground.
Casey walks away.
Wow, this is wild. Usually I'm the one with the shitty attitude.
So the cook takes they have like these little, I don't know, little like bowl kind of things with lids, and he fills them up with what looks to be like mashed potatoes.
Yum.
They're basically kind of what like what Casey was trying to get into. But it's
ground lump gravy.
Yes, ground lump gravy. And so it gives you like 3 bowls of food that you can take on your way. I know it's not much, but we don't have much, and there's a lot of hungry folks.
No, this is great. I mean, honestly, you packaged it in Pyrex, which I appreciate.
All right.
I think that while this is going on, Mikey is actually like kind of like done that thing where like while he's distracted, kind of like tiptoed in and is like pulling out like he's got a couple of like snack bars that he just carries at all times because he's Mikey. And it's like his like I'm like desperate. They're like one's pizza flavored, one's like pretzel like street like New York street food flavor, and he's just like he just kind of like. And like just tucks them away so that like you won't notice until after they're gone. I'm like,
and before we leave this guy with the ground lumps, I just say, "What is your name?"
My name is Tom.
And I say, "Thank you, Tom." And I take the ground lumps. And we start our journey.
Not everyone's significant, damn it.
I'm sorry, I was laughing.
Everyone's significant.
Justin made this little head nod, like, don't you dare say
I thought you were gonna say fucking Casey Jones. I swear to God, I was like, don't you make this name Casey Jones? Son of a bitch.
I saw it and I lost my shit.
I really wanted it.
I'm trying to say the most canon thing is that Casey never has like cool stuff happen to him.
I love it. No, I think it's hilarious. I think it's good.
It's great. We're gonna ask everybody's name. Men, women, rodents, everybody. We're just looking for Casey now.
So you all walk up to the door, and it doesn't really look like a door. It's just kind of like a sheer wall in front of you. And Shredder says, I will open this and give you passage, but I must close it soon. If Krang fell outside, then I think I know who's responsible. So I cannot risk them getting inside of here. So I will open this gate and the other gate, and you are on your own. I would say move with haste and get done what you need to get done, but you're going to need to fight.
Yeah, we can fight.
Thank you for instilling a little bit of hope in our people. It's about all we have left.
And he just like Raph is trying to Raph is like doing cool poses and stuff. He's like, you can depend on us.
Shredder's like, maybe these people have seen you slaughter their family and friends. Maybe
family, friends, slaughtering,
smaller movements. Not
movements.
Yes.
No,
Until you get out there.
Just like
I'm taking the note.
Just, like,
I'm taking
go
the
out
note.
there and like we'll just run really fast, get through the doors quick so they can shut them, and we can keep going. We'll make it like a race or something. I mean, I'll win, but still.
Yes.
Do you have any like trench coats around here that we could use?
Or like dump trucks or anything like that?
Ooh, yeah.
No, we don't.
Okay.
Donatello can fuck up a dump truck.
And Shredder kind of stands back, and he does some motions with his arms and his hands, and it kind of looks very reminiscent to like Tai Chi, very close to those kind of movements. And the sheer wall just kind of opens again magically, almost like there's no sort of device or hinges or anything like that. It just kind of makes really no noise. It just kind of opens up, just big enough for you all to go out, kind of in a single file line. It's that like 20-foot kind of hallway. And on the other side as well, you see that large door that Krang closed to let you guys in. It opens as well and drops down. So you all run out.
First I like judo trip Mikey and then run in front of him.
Yeah, Mikey, roll a dex.
Absolutely not. No way. I just
won't.
no.
I simply
I'm
will
gonna
not.
win. I'm gonna win. Okay, so you're gonna lose because I did get a 19 on the die, which means it's a 24. I want to take that. I want to trip. I'm gonna take the trip, and then I'll just like a keto roll and keep going. Like, thanks for the speed.
Yeah, and maybe like Mikey does like a little like as Mikey's running out. Yeah, yeah.
Is Krang's body still there?
You're not out the door yet.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought we were. My bad. I thought the door open.
So you all run out. I need to get the right. Okay. All right. Yeah. So you all run out, and the door has come down, and outside where these buildings were before, where all these townspeople were at, all you see is destruction. The door has fallen down. Krang is nowhere in sight. You see pieces of Krang, not the belly part. That part's there, but Krang, the body, has been ripped apart. And the houses that were out in this town are ablaze and on fire. And that's where we'll leave
Can
it
you
off
repeat that?
until
What did you say, Raph?
tomorrow night. Raph said, "Great googly moogly."
Oh, I was like, I didn't catch that either.
Yeah, all I heard was. So
What a
I'm
note to
thanking
end
Claire.
on.
Yes. Oh man, you all couldn't hear the music, but it was getting to like this really epic and then great googly moogly. Awesome. So that is where we're gonna end off tonight. Players, thank you so much for your talents and bringing these turtles to life. Audience, chat, thank you so much for redeeming the turtle powers to help out our players as they fight back against the Dark Divide. We will be back here, right here at the same shell time and the same shell place, 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time on Ghostlight RPGs. If you haven't already, hit the follow button. If you would like to, hit subscribe. It really helps grow the channel here, makes us do more awesome stuff like this on the channel. !tips in the chat will give you a link to the Ko-fi page where you can donate, and it'll go directly to the players and performers creating this magical piece of mystery you are seeing in front of you. So thank you all so much. And we're going to be back tomorrow night at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. And we're going to be raiding out. I need to see who it is. We're going to be oh man, I can't see it on here. But players, what are y'all feeling right now? What are y'all feeling as I find somebody for us to raid?
I mean, Q Times is doing another D&D or Pathfinder. It looks like
An 8-bit D is playing right now.
8-bit D.
Retro.
You know what? I'm going to, because okay, so I am part of the stream team, the Glitch Co. And this weekend, actually, it's Lupus Awareness Month. I have lupus. And so there is a game on to end lupus is happening this weekend. So I am, if I have the permission to do so, I am going to raid 8-bit D, who is the leader of Glitch Co. Did that work correctly? Oh wait, I need to do it over here because I'm signed in on my account, not on the 8-bit D. Great. So we are going to be going over to 8BitD. I'm not sure what 8BitD is doing at the moment, but 8BitD is an amazing creator. It looks like they're doing some retro gaming. And 8BitD is awesome. She's a Final Fantasy streamer. And also, it's a charity donation drive happening right now for the Lupus Foundation of America. So if you pop over in there and you want to donate, that would be awesome. Share the love. Let them know where you came from Ghostlight RPGs. And until tomorrow night, Turtle Power. Can we say it? I'll say Turtle Power.
Yeah.
Turtle
Power!
I thought you were gonna count down or something.
Nope, we're not
You
doing
know we
that. We'll
can't do
see
it.
you tomorrow night.